And 1. Hello there, my friends. We are here on a warm Wednesday.
Yes.
As you guys obviously are aware from our update over on Sundays that we had ourselves some stormy weather. We dealt with Hurricane Hillary, and it pretty much just for us it was just a 2-day rain for us in some parts, obviously in California, and others. I know that also Grandma and Grandpa over in Arizona said that they were getting some high winds, but certain other places they were feeling the effects of this hurricane weather. Mm-hmm. But like I said, for us, I mean, Heise is asking. Heise is joining us. Obviously, our favorite Jaeger is Heise. Let's give it up for Heise. We miss you, Heise. Thank you so much for joining us here live as we're streaming again on this beautiful Wednesday. But yeah, certain places got more severe weather. For us, we got the warning on our phones, and we were told to just stay indoors. And so obviously it was the best decision for us to not have Lex or Zach travel over here and have to leave late in what perhaps could have been some heavy downpour.
The storm was the worst.
You know, I'm gonna say into the mic.
Yeah, that's about when the storm was the worst. It got really windy later on.
Yeah.
Hillary ain't shit, bro.
What's up, Josh?
Hi,
We got Jacob and Josh here. But yeah, so we're just kind of talking about why we did not stream live on Sunday. Yeah, thankfully, again, we're good. We just dealt with some rain, which obviously is much needed.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, for those.
So bad over here. It was nice and pretty and green.
I love that. Californians, we needed it.
Yeah. For sure we needed it. You know.
We really needed this.
But for people who dealt with more severe weather, we hope that you guys are all okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're good, and we're here, and we're ready to talk some AOT. And thank you guys so much again for joining us and for being patient with us. And I want to ask my friends here in chat, did you miss us? Because we definitely miss you guys in all seriousness. And I'm gonna ask my friends here as we go and get into our introductions here. But I want to ask, what our Sundays involved, how we were and stuff. So I want to ask you guys. I mean, I know that we missed you guys on Sunday, and so what did you guys do to try to pass the time? We hope that your guys' weekend was very, very chill and relaxing. And with all that being said, as you guys are letting us know how your guys' weekend has been and how the week's going for you guys so far, I'm your host, AJ, and this is Attack to Talk. And I'm excited to go ahead and finish this episode. This is going to be Season 3, Episode 11, Bystander, and this is Part 3. And we're going to go ahead and kind of close a chapter. And we're going to go ahead and move on to stuff that we have been very much looking forward to. And I'm excited to go ahead and get some impactful words from some influential people in this episode, and yeah, it's gonna be exciting, guys. And now, of course, joining me are my two lovely friends. So starting to my immediate left, this is Lex.
Hi.
What's up, Lex?
I'm Lexi.
How are you doing, Lex? Tell me, how's your day going? And then I want to know, what did you do on Sunday?
Today I had my first day of classes started today.
Oh, okay.
Well, of in-person classes. My online class started on Monday.
Yeah.
Pretty easy. I only have one class on campus, so.
Oh, really? So
yeah.
it's
just 9 a.m.
majority
to
of it's
10 a.m.
online?
It was really easy. Yeah, and the other one is online, so pretty
right.
easy. It's a very small class, and I know almost everyone in that class, so.
So that sounds like it's a fun class.
So it'll just probably go right by.
Yeah, there we go.
And then Sunday.
What did you do to pass the time? Because I know that we obviously weren't here together and doing the podcast with our friends.
What did I do?
Yeah, because for me, I mean, I'll talk about what I did, but
I don't think I really did anything.
Just a nice relaxing day.
I think I just stayed in, played Overwatch, and watched Pose. If you guys haven't watched Pose, watch it. That's on Hulu. I'm addicted to it.
Okay, there you go.
Me and my mom love it. It's really good.
All right, very cool. Well, happy to hear that you're doing well, Lex, and yeah, I'm glad to hear that you also enjoyed a nice, relaxing Sunday of Overwatch and
Overwatch
your show.
Relaxing. I don't know if you would call that relaxing.
Overwatch is not relaxing.
Pose was actually, I don't know if you would call Pose relaxing either.
Yeah.
Overwatch is.
Yeah. So now, of course, we have AJ, we have Lex, and this wouldn't be Attack to Talk without my friend Zach. So what is up, Zach? I want to ask you, my friend, how are you doing today, and what did you do on Sunday?
He didn't ask the question, so I won't say it. But I'm doing good. I did a little bit of housework, replaced some stuff at the house.
Yeah. That was today, not in the rain, right?
Not during the rain, no. I had a couple friends over because we were like, if we're gonna die, let's die together.
Yeah, there you go. That's some "this is the end" stuff right there.
Yeah.
But we had a couple friends over at my place. We played a lot of Smash Bros. Friendships were ruined.
Great.
Beautiful.
My friend ran over a frog.
Oh no.
I don't know if either of you saw my post. There's a frog.
Yeah, that's your Beast Titan, right?
He wishes.
Actually, that would be pretty cool. I'd take that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
A frog beast would
It was just a tiny little frog, about yay big. But there was because there's a lot of frogs where I live.
Yeah.
And we were driving on the street because we went to go get food. And I just see things jumping across the street. And I was like, are those frogs? And all of us immediately were like, we think so. And then we just hear,
Oh man.
and then
Whoa.
we get out, and I look down, and then his hind legs are just squished.
Damn.
And he was just there. Then the next morning he
At
was,
least put him out of his misery. Oh my God.
he was gone by morning.
He's gone.
In the morning he was just dusted.
He just suffered.
But other than that, we watched a bunch of scary videos. We were trying to get spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
So running over frogs and
we
scary
did
movies
stand in the rain
sounds
for like a good 30 minutes.
There you go. Stand in the rain sounds very relaxing.
What about you?
Yeah. I
want to hear about your Sunday.
How's your day been? And
Wow,
then how
a
was your
Sunday without Attack the Talk? What? What
Yeah.
did AJ do on his Sundays without Attack the Talk?
Well, I try to take advantage of the time and just one for Sunday. Again, just try to take advantage of the time. And there was a new game that came out on Friday, and that was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. And so me and some friends started playing that. So that's what I was doing on Sunday. And yeah, it's very anxiety-inducing, obviously.
What's your 1 to 10 rating on that game?
Right now, because I'm still getting the initial kind of feels of it and stuff, and all that, it's I would give it, honestly, a 7.8.
Fascinating. A lot of my friends now, because they've been addicted to it. I haven't gotten it yet. I've never touched it.
I haven't gotten the addiction yet because I haven't played it as often. Because the thing is, like I said, Sunday I took advantage of the time, so I played a lot on Sunday. But I haven't really played a lot since maybe a couple games here and there. But
Got it. Yeah, no, they're absolutely obsessed. I haven't gotten it. I haven't even seen gameplay on it. But they were rating it like 8.5 to 9.
Really? Yeah.
I think that was after they got used to it.
It has potential for sure. And for me, I'm just trying to understand and learn strategy as far as what to do as the family, right? Who are obviously going after the victims, or the victims who are trying to survive. And I don't know which one I like. I don't know which side.
I heard that it has a lot of Dead by Daylight-ish mechanics.
Well, that's what I heard too. And I've never played Dead by Daylight. And for me, I was a Friday the 13th guy. And
I know what I was gonna say.
That game was really fun. Me and my friends played the hell out of that game.
A lot of my friends are saying that they think it's better than Friday. It's like Friday the 13th, but it's just filling a little slot that something was missing out on.
Yeah. Well, there's something missing for sure. I haven't played it enough.
Yeah.
To have those experiences and those memories.
Yeah.
From Friday the 13th and stuff.
I'm excited. I want to get it now. Ooh.
But yeah,
Is it cross-platform?
Yeah, it is. That's how I'm able to play with my friends. So definitely, if you go and get it, then I'll try to make time.
I'm gonna.
Well, the thing is, if we join parties, you're pretty much kind of like you. When you guys join a party in this lobby and you're trying to go ahead and quick match it'll put you guys together either as a family or again as victims. So
man.
So yeah, that's one thing we kind of figured out, or we saw and we noticed. But anyway, so my Sunday was fun. The game was really fun. And what else did I do? Did I watch anything? I don't think I did. We have our little pup Toby. Toby was laying in my bed when I was playing and stuff, because Toby was sick this weekend.
Yeah.
Toby's been getting better each and every day. So I was playing Texas Chainsaw Massacre while Toby was sitting over in the bed with me. As far as my week's going good. Yeah, I mean, it's it's Wednesday. We're in that hump day right now.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday,
it's a good day to talk about some AOT for sure. So again, I hope you guys are all doing well. I want to go ahead and turn my attention over to the chat real quick because chat's doing his thing right now with Josh and Jacob.
His thing.
They said, yes, we missed you. Yeah, I did. I wasn't worried. Or I should say, yeah, I did. I was worried. But yeah, no need to worry. As I said, we're good to go here.
Sorry. There was one thing that Heise said in the very beginning that totally boggled my mind. I don't know if you saw that.
What was it?
It's not there anymore. It was something about high.
Oh, he was saying
I think it was that third message. That one.
Yeah, he says, I'm naturally high. People told me I'm naturally high. People told me then what I would be high. That's the question. So maybe Heise is high as he's typing that out, or maybe I'm just high reading that.
He just doesn't have. He's saying that people have told me that I'm naturally high, even though I'm not. But then what would I be if I was high?
Gotcha. Thank you. So she's usually high, so she's able to go ahead and translate that.
I'm actually high right now, so that's why I'm able to. Change that out.
It's how high are you, not hi, how are you?
Yeah.
Like, how high are you? Hello.
I do not partake. I am too paranoid in the mind. I'm a control freak.
I partake because I am paranoid.
I am a control freak, and if I feel like I'm no longer in control, then I freak out, and it's not good for my mental. So I've stayed away from that. I've stayed away from drinking. I've stayed away from all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then so Heise also said that I recently got back into Beyblade. Wow, after 2 years, but I knew about Beyblade and I loved it since I was a teenager. I'm on a mission to collect every Beyblade from the Metal Saga. Wow, or at least the majority of them because I couldn't afford them. I only had a few as a kid, and me and all the other kids used to play Beyblade all the time at daycare, and it was so awesome. See, it's cool when you have a certain thing that is like very nostalgic to you, you know, and it's just like, it brings you back to good memories, good times, a good company.
Right before I moved, I had like 20 Beyblades and 2 arenas, and I sold them.
You sold them? Was it because it's like time to kind of move on?
I looked at it and I was like, when the fuck am I gonna use this?
Yeah.
And I was
my
like,
inner child has been healed of Beyblades.
Yeah. And there was a little boy who was like 4 years old, and he ran across the street, because this was when I was across the street from the park, ran across the street with $15 in hand and was like, is this enough? And I was like,
yeah, you saw the kids' energy and passion.
I saw his eyes light up.
Yeah.
And he was like, I want the Beyblades. And I was like, oh, take them.
Yeah, damn.
Just pass on the joy to someone.
Well,
I used to be absolutely addicted to Beyblade. I'd walk around the house in like middle school and being like, Pegasus, because that was the main Beyblade.
Yeah. I think Beyblade is probably after my time because I didn't really watch. I've never seen it.
Were you there for what was the one with the little balls and you roll them and they turn into?
I don't know. I mean, again, that's probably even. I think that one. Yeah, for me, I mean, it was just I remember Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, and kind of a similar story to you. I kind of had that realization where I'm like, you know what? It's kind of like time to grow up and time to, pass down,
Toy Story,
my stuff
Toy Story
and all that.
Them.
Yeah, and I had like a folder of all the Yu-Gi-Oh cards and all of the Pokemon cards, and I gave it to my younger cousin, and I regret it, of course, because it would be awesome to go if I could pull it out right now, just go ahead and look and see if I have anything that's that's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly all that I had.
Just reminded me, I have a binder full of first edition Pokemon cards that my cousin passed down to me.
Oh, there you go.
And some of them are like the original art holographic in Japanese.
I'll tell you what. I'm sure
that's worth a lot of money.
I'm sure your cousin regrets giving that to you.
Yeah. I'm 100% sure he does.
Yeah, and you're like, that's great. I'm keeping them.
Thank you, Kurt. You're the best.
Yeah, there you go.
You're not getting them back.
At least you still have them. I'm pretty sure that my younger cousin does not have them anymore.
Threw them out.
They're still in their little slides.
Yeah. So it's awesome. But yeah. So Beyblade awesome. Heise, I've never seen it, but I know that it has a huge following, and good luck on your goal to collect
them all.
Collect every Beyblade from the Metal Saga, and Josh is ahead of the game here with his promo codes. We love to see it.
Promo code Lex. Thank you.
We're gonna go ahead and say it again, of course.
Thank you, Josh.
And so Josh saying not Overwatch. Do you know what this is a reference to, Lex?
Fucking Genji Grandmaster One Trick.
He said not Overwatch, Genji Grandmaster One Trick.
Dude. So basically that means he strictly only plays this one character.
Yeah.
Who's a samurai ninja who has a sword, and he's like one of the highest tiers in competitive gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grandmaster is.
Is it the highest one now?
It's the highest Grandmaster.
You disgust me. I have a friend who is a Genji one trick, and I hate it.
I hate playing against Genji. Who
do you play as?
My mains are Moira and Orisa.
Okay,
So,
I could definitely see that.
support and a tank.
Orisa's the Centaur one, right?
Yeah.
The robot Centaur?
Yeah, robot Centaur, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, no, I'm strictly a Reinhardt one trick, baby.
Okay.
Or a Roadhog.
One trick.
Or a Roadhog. Reinhardt or Roadhog.
During desperate times, I will be a wrecking ball and distract the otter team.
Oh, that little hamster? He's evil.
His name is Ham.
You know what I think of when I see him? I think of the little villain from Lilo and Stitch. Hamstervid. No, am I crazy?
Oh man.
Yeah, we've only seen the first Lilo and Stitch.
It was from the show, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We've only seen
Never
the
really
first
watched the
movie.
show.
I almost got rid of the tab that I wanted.
Very very cool.
Oh, I remember.
Moira, Genji's Bane. No, yeah.
Moira is despicable.
Heise is doing his best Gojo impression. He says he walks around with those blue glasses and
Oh my gosh,
pretends
the
it is
Gojo
Gojo and
walk?
he gets some mad confidence.
Jacques
That's
van
awesome.
Hamsterville.
Okay, I could
Oh,
see
yeah.
that.
I think I might have seen that before, but I don't think I've ever seen that.
That's
before,
what I think
though.
of when I see whatever the hell Wrecking Ball.
Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, is that literally his name, Wrecking Ball?
His name's Wrecking Ball, but the hamster's name is Ham
Ham.
or Hammy, something like that.
Hammy. I don't want.
I was a big Overwatch fan and had a ton of skins, but I gave it up after they canceled PvE.
Man, no one plays Overwatch for PvE. I'm so sorry.
It's like when people saying like I left because there are no more loot crates. I'm like, okay, get over it.
Are there no more loot crates?
No, they got rid of them.
Okay, I would have left. I left a long time ago because it was toxic. It was terrible.
They just started a new season this week, actually. It's
You're on Overwatch 2, right?
Invasion. Well, yeah, there is no one anymore.
Oh yeah, they canceled the servers.
Now Hammond, yeah.
Yeah, no. I remember OG.
Timothy.
Lucio, Reinhardt, Roadhog, and I played Roadhog and I'd have the most healing. I'm the best.
And you're like, that's it.
That's it, baby.
Very cool. I do want to clarify here, though. I says nobody's telling you to grow up. I'm just saying, for me, this is what I was telling myself that I had to do, and it's a mistake. Because I said it's time to grow up. I'm never giving up any of those away unless I eventually have a son or a daughter. Yeah, and of course,
Well, yeah.
that's exactly what it should have been. And I'm so
I don't
jealous
even think
and
I'm
upset
giving
at
my toys
myself.
to my son or my daughter.
That's what I'm
keeping them.
saying.
Those are
My
mine.
story was basically me regretting selling those Beyblades to that child, but he just had this look in his eye.
Yeah.
I couldn't say no to him.
It's like when you like feel like, okay, I'm ready to move on. Like
Yeah.
I still have all of my Monster High
in
dolls
my head, I
in the
looked at
garage.
this. I looked at this 4-year-old child, and I was like, he will enjoy this far more than I will. He'll probably take it to school and be like, "Look what I got!" Everyone, he'll be popular because he
Yeah.
gets the Beyblades, and you know what? That kid deserves it.
Have you ever gotten in trouble in school for bringing something like
toys.
that? Well, yeah, for like, because I remember for me, I got like
All the time.
my Yu-Gi-Oh cards taken away from me.
Ugh.
I remember we
And
used
I think I needed either mom and dad to go ahead and pick them up.
Yeah, they get it.
we used to play Pokemon, but we wouldn't do it in class. We'd do it like at lunch and break, and like if
Yeah.
there's like studies time, and
I
they
just
just let you do
remember
whatever.
a lot of trading involved. And
We would do a
stuff,
lot of
and
trading
so
as
I
well.
think that's
The kids
why
are gambling.
got so. I think that's why I got caught.
We would battle for Pokemon pink slips, is what we'd call it. So we like, if you win, you get to pick one card from their deck
By random or by choice?
by choice.
Damn.
You see what Josh just said?
Suck.
I had.
So many Godzilla toys. Interesting. Yeah, I have a cool shelf, and I want to show you guys one day. Would love to see that. I was a big,
That's
big
awesome.
Godzilla fan
Yeah.
as a kid. I mean, I remember this is back when blockbusters were still a thing, but I would always go.
R.I.P.
I would always go with mom and dad, and I would always get the same Godzilla like stuff. You know, even if I would go ahead and if I had seen it before, if they didn't have anything new Godzilla related, I just got something that I've already seen before. But because
But it was
Godzilla was so
Godzilla.
badass,
That's how I was
I
with
just kept watching it.
Power Rangers.
Love
Power
the
Rangers?
sound of a game.
I remember there were two series of Power Rangers that I was specifically addicted to. One was the Dino Morphin Power Rangers, by far my favorite one. And then the other one was SPD, the one where they were like police officers, but there was a dog who was like the chief of
Interesting.
police.
Really?
And
Is the dog just a dog, or does the dog have like a suit?
No, he's got like he's got like a cape and everything. Like he's like a full.
Oh, he's like a
He's a
dog
bipedal
face?
dog. No, he's like a bipedal dog. Like he's a dog.
Interesting.
And he's like, I've got a figurine probably about this big. That's like an little action figure, and I have a couple Power Ranger ones.
Cool.
I'm gonna have to go find those now.
Yeah. Well, Josh, we would love to obviously see that shelf. So, if, I mean, of course, is your choice. But if you want to go ahead and send us a pic over on Instagram, we would love to go ahead and see that, or send a video. Interesting. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll check that out. But yeah, again, it's so cool to go ahead and kind of reminisce and think about stuff that either you grew up really, really enjoying, or just, again, finding that love again. And even as adults, going back and then just appreciating something that you really cherished as a kid. And it's so cool. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Godzilla's so badass. Yeah.
Yeah.
For Power Rangers, again, like you were saying, Zach, like for me, I told you guys before, but I was Mighty Morphin and that was it. I didn't go ahead and watch anything after that. And then as far as like, again, with anything with like Beyblade or whatever and stuff like that, there's certain shows that would come on over during like Saturday mornings or whatever and stuff, and
Toonami.
Toonami was really good. Yeah, but for me, Toonami was like, I just remember
Dragon Ball.
I remember like Dragon Ball Z, of course, was over on Toonami and stuff. Yeah, but it was just pretty much Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
You said Dragon Ball, and I remembered I have something to show you. I feel like you're not a big Dragon Ball person, huh? I feel like you'd appreciate this. So basically, it's just like a non-canonical fan-made manga, but it's like an alternate timeline, and Goku's not in play, and everyone else gets. It's like a huge universal war.
Yeah.
And everyone's doing their own thing, and everyone's getting super fucking powered up.
Really? In Dragon Ball?
In Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, Super. Okay. Damn.
But it's
Goku's not in the mix?
Goku is not in the mix. He has been taken out of play by the author, and I love it.
Really? Damn.
At least for the time being.
Uh-huh.
But I'll show you after. It's a long collaboration.
Let me go ahead and check it out afterwards. I love it. Josh
For those of you who are interested from what I've said, let me get the name for you real quick. I think it's called Dragon Ball
Super
Kakumei. Kakumei. And then you can just look it up on your browser and it'll pull it up for you.
Very cool. See that Josh, he says the shelf has a lot of manga too, and by manga I mean, of course, purely AOT.
There we go, baby.
I was gonna say that's like the only manga AJ owns, and I looked down that huge
giant.
I know.
My Hero.
Honestly,
today, because me and Zach, we have been trying to work on voice acting and stuff like that, and just practicing on different characters and whatnot. And so we've been reading the My Hero Academia manga and stuff. But I was this close today to looking up and trying to buy One Piece manga, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen, but I was like, that'd be interesting to go ahead and
I'll take that little tease. I'll take that.
I almost bought it.
But again, it almost happened, which means that at some point it probably is going to happen, because I know that we're going to go ahead and kind of run out of characters and stuff and all that. I mean, obviously I can go ahead and buy more manga, but I was thinking it'd be cool to go ahead and, again, just kind of broaden our horizons of voice acting with some characters who are very out there with their energies and stuff, and so yeah, it'd be interesting.
I'm gonna surprise you, but I know exactly. If we do One Piece, I know exactly what scenes I want to do from early on.
Mm-hmm. You know what's funny is that I actually know what I've kind of speculated on when we've talked about on characters you'd want to go and portray in live action. I think there's a character that actually I think would be very fitting for me. And I looked at it, and I'm around the same age. I'm 1 year. I'm gonna be once I, my birthday over in September. Once I turn 30.
Yeah, when September ends,
Yeah. But I'm only, once I turn 30 in September, I'm going to be 1 year shy of the character. So it's right there around my age range, right? And this character also, I mean, he is, it doesn't look like it in comparison to the people around him, but I mean, he is taller and lankier. And
does he look his age though? Because you don't look your age.
I think what it is, the hair kind of makes him look older.
Oh, okay, got it.
Which I mean, again, I would have to go ahead and kind of don this,
new look.
like this different kind of hair color. It's kind of like almost like a grayish purple kind of.
Okay.
Who are you thinking of?
Wait. No, you keep talking.
I said you're not 29. You're like 20, dude.
Yeah, age is just a number. Yeah, I'm currently 29, but yeah.
Is it oh, what's his name? With the mask?
It would be Spandam, yeah. I was like, you know what? I think Spandam would be a great character for me to go ahead and play in live action.
I would love that.
And I just even for certain, reads that we do, right? And I liked kind of being the more kind of unhinged type, kind of weird, kind of like, evil character and stuff like that. That brings me some good mojo,
Ooh.
But just so that Lexi is aware
of who Spandam is.
So I'll go ahead and let you take a look at this, Lex.
I honestly
just go ahead and kind of scroll down and stuff. But
what I kind of want to do. No, this isn't the one I was thinking, but I kind of want to do
long legs.
Some Frankie lines.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Because I was listening to AI versions of the dub One Piece characters singing different songs.
Yeah.
And I hear Frankie singing, and I'm like, oh, I need to show you a video. Because Usopp, someone hurt Usopp, bro.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I would love to go ahead and do scenes like that. Yeah. But are you talking about this is the one with is this one that I think Kyron asked us about? He goes, I think over in the DMs and stuff. Didn't he send a message?
About what?
Like, please tell me you guys saw
Kyron asked us about something about One Piece.
One Piece, yeah. It was like AI of them singing. And I think it was what song was it?
Love by Keisha Cole.
I don't know, because you sent one too to me.
I think that's the one I sent you was Love by Keisha Cole.
Yeah.
That song, when Usopp sings it, bro, someone hurt him. Someone hurt this man. And he sounds eerily like Michael Jackson.
Really? Oh, yeah, that's the one you sent me.
Yes.
Yeah. I was thinking that same thing too. I was like, damn, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But I was hearing Frankie sing, and I was like, I could do a Frankie voice. I think I could. Because I have that.
For a dub?
Yeah.
Like what? Like, or you're gonna put your own spin on it?
My own spin on it.
Okay.
But
I was gonna say because
I can see Frankie with a rasp, and
It's the same with like we told you the dubbed is the same voice who does My Hero Academia's Endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously it is a much deeper tone. But I mean, I definitely agree. You can go ahead and find your own little flavor and do it.
I'm also used to the sub, so I'd be like,
yeah.
But you want to know who I want to hear you voice?
Who?
My favorite little skeleton man.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and be Brooks. Yeah, Brooks is another character where I was like, man, you know what? I would get me in that mocap suit.
You know what?
Let me go ahead and do my thing.
Brooks is a musician. AJ can fucking sing.
Well, but the thing too is that like, okay, so hypothetically, if I go ahead, I'm like, hey,
just lying so you know how to play.
I would love to go ahead and do that, right? Maybe they're like, hold on, I'm auditioning, blah, blah, blah. Say I'm auditioning for a few characters, and then like the idea of Brooks comes up, and I'd be like, yeah, but they obviously give me the homework and be like, okay, look, we're going to go ahead and begin filming in 8 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
In that time span,
you need to get off.
We need you to learn how to play these instruments. We need you.
The violin and the piano.
Yes.
And
we need you to go ahead and go through a training of becoming a swordsman. Which again, that'd be.
And I feel like the swordsman part wouldn't be as difficult because it's not as Brooks's sword style is not as complex as like Zoro. Or Mihawk.
Yeah.
His is very much like I don't know if this like, but one of his main moves is like the silent step where he basically
he just walks past. It's a typical. Walk past your enemy and then put your sword away.
And
then they just
like the typical anime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he has some sword play, but it's
sword
very
playing for you would be easier. Would be easier for you to like commit yourself to because it's something that's physical and you're used to like when you used to play basketball and volleyball, all these sports and stuff. Like sport related, how to like, okay, I need to commit myself to that. Okay, let's do it. But something that isn't sport related and that is more solely fine-tuned skill related, like playing an instrument.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I've seen you try to play games for the first time and you're like, I hate this.
If I had 6 to 8 months, then I for sure would do it. And also keep in mind too, if this was my introduction into like acting and getting a role, then I'm committing for sure, stuff like that. As long as I have, I would tell him just, look, give me the tools and I'll go ahead and I'll do the thing, like if have an instructor for me ready, boom, 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 like I think they'd be able to go ahead and do that. They do that with the other actors who are the Straw Hats.
The gentleman who played Sanji.
Yeah.
Like they taught him how to cook and then they taught him how to fight mainly using kicks.
Martial arts with kicks, yeah, exactly. So I mean I think they would go and do that. But I mean regardless, I mean, you got. I mean, how are you gonna say no to?
I would love it. I would love to see you.
Like,
as
listen, if I'm not good at it first try, I'm quitting.
Yeah, I think Brooks would be an awesome character, and that would be a fun role to play.
They do the flashbacks to Brooks when he had skin, and I'd be like,
yeah. I just need a giant fro.
The Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, the layout. Oh.
Yeah.
Was
Very cool.
Wall Street.
The Leo pointing.
Oh yeah, the pointing. Yeah.
Right?
No, that one's Once Upon a Time, isn't it?
I don't know. I've never seen it. I haven't seen it either.
Isn't it Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I think it is.
Actually.
Yeah.
Was it good?
Because I don't think
It's a long movie, but it's good.
Do you know what it's on?
It's a Quentin Tarantino film, so it's probably not over on the streaming.
You could
stuff.
definitely probably.
You can definitely
probably buy it off of Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah, for sure.
Not
You can go ahead and buy it.
Just everything's on there.
But I appreciate the love, guys. Appreciate the love for me and for me being so young, I guess, young spirited,
so handsome.
Heisa says I can't decide if I want Flock's bowl cut or Aaron's hair in the bun. Damn.
Fun.
You know what, Heisa? You are the #1 Flock fan, so you need to just embrace Flock's energy, Flock's appearance. Just be Flock.
I agree, because everyone's been cutting their hair this season. Just cut it, man. It's getting hot. Cut it. And then get the little onion swirl. You have to get
I don't think he wants that. He said, I remember we talked about this. Heisa said he wants that season 4 look. He doesn't want to go ahead and have the squirrel tail. No squirrel tail. Yeah.
I regret cutting my hair.
However, if you do the squirrel tail, then I will respect you that much more.
Yeah.
Because that is that's embracing
he's a real
Flock.
Jaegerist.
You know what? That's damn, Flock is my guy.
That's what sold him right there.
You know, and stuff. That's some real shit right there, for sure.
Not the advocating for genocide, just the hair.
Yeah.
I talked to Eddie about when I cut my hair, and I regret it so much.
Yeah, I told you,
I
dude.
appreciate Eddie. Eddie was like, "You look good," and I was like, "I miss it."
Well, I mean, I
regret it.
The thing is, whenever I go ahead and see certain, whenever a photo comes up, or whatever, you'll show me a photo, or whatever, and you have the long hair. I'm just like, I can't help but tell you because you have shorter hair now. I'm like, bro, you got to grow the hair out again.
I know. I'm going to
because you got to enjoy it while you can. Because we know that your mom's dad, your grandpa on that side doesn't have hair. Which
okay,
no, I'm kidding. Actually, I'm starting to lose my hair. Karma.
He's like, actually, I've been wearing hats more, guys.
No, you need to grow an afro because you're Brooks.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and, dude, honestly, if I grow my hair out long enough and I just got a perm.
You probably could get an afro.
But when I really think about it, the amount of time it really took me to grow that length was about a year and a couple months. So I'm not too stressed about it.
Take the bucket hat off.
Bald! Bald!
The bucket hat.
God.
Bald! All curved up. With
my gosh,
the earphones.
Everyone has a mullet now. Just
not a good look.
I know a lot of my friends just got mullets too.
I know.
And I think honestly,
you're gonna get one.
I think that's gonna be my little transitional. Keep the side short and just keep the back long, and the top long.
Yeah, Luca just cut his hair. That's what Luca's hair is like now.
Really?
He has the back long, and then he copied my hair, bro. He literally copied my hair.
What?
I was like, that's crazy. Where'd you get that idea?
I was so hesitant to go ahead and get a freaking haircut because I knew that as soon as Lexi saw me, she's gonna be like, "Why you copying me, bro?"
Copycat.
She's just
literally that's what you did.
Copycat. Copycat. Nah, it looks good though. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Lexi, you're just a trendsetter.
But I told Janet, or my hairstylist that I was working my way to it. I was like, we eventually knew we were gonna get to that. That road. We eventually knew we were gonna get to that place.
I was doing with mine too. I was too.
And it was one of those things where it was long hair to shag mullet. It's still very much shaggy kind of mullet look, whatever. But now it's more kind of I embrace the sides and stuff, and
it came out damn good.
And everybody, I knew that it was one of those things. I told you, man, you don't notice something really until you have it. And then even when we went to that Mac concert, I was like, damn, I'm seeing a lot of mullets.
Yeah, there's a lot of mullets.
If I didn't chop my hair off, that day I would have gotten a mullet.
Yeah.
That's what I was debating between.
Yeah. Oh, we talked about that. That's right. And I was like, bro, mullet, stash.
Yes, you said mullet and stash. I was like, AJ, I can't grow facial hair.
Do you guys grow a mustache?
Is that? There's no way that's all you got.
This is 2 weeks.
There's no way that's all you got.
Sorry, that was really.
Thanks.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's like whenever anything happens, you go, "Damn, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it."
There's no way that's all you got, bro.
That's it.
This is 2 weeks, bro.
Really?
I'm sad.
Everyone stare.
Point and laugh.
No. Honestly, I told you already last week. I told you when we were reviewing our tape and stuff like that the facial hair, it's coming in good. It looks good when you got the facial hair. you know.
I'm glad one of us sees it that way.
When you have the facial hair,
I don't.
When you have the facial hair and the long hair, I'm like, that's Zach right there.
Yeah.
You know? But then when you go full corporate, bro, and then you have like the clean cut and you have the freaking clean face, I'm like, damn, dude. I'm like in my mind, I'm like, damn, what a sellout, dude.
That is exactly why I cut it, because I was like, I'm about to open up.
I'm about to be a boss. I'm about to go and have my own office. And guess what? You know, like that's like.
He's like, okay, I gotta look cookie cutter. I gotta look the part.
Damn,
I don't know if you guys have ever seen Suits. I know I talked to you guys pops about it.
Yeah, you're talking about Suits, right?
Yeah, and there's this character named Harvey Specter, and I was looking at it, I was like, he just straight up did the Harvey Specter. And he's like one of the like
the suit.
Yeah, you know,
he's one
Meghan
of the
Markle's in it, you know.
I forget what they call it.
Yeah, Meghan Markle. She's in Suits.
She is?
Yeah.
She allowed to be?
The Suits is not something that's new.
Suits has been around since like 2000.
It's before she became royalty. Yeah,
that's
how she.
I thought it was a new show, and I was like, she's not allowed to be that while she's royalty.
But
she's not even allowed to she's not allowed to do anything.
Yeah, Harvey Specter's like the name partner at their law firm, and I was like, I straight up just look like Harvey.
This is interesting, right here. I just said he did a reverse Uno card right now. So he said his best friend Jonathan asked if Hysis supports Nazis because he himself is a Jaegerist at heart. However, Heise responded back by switching it on to him, saying, well, do you? Because you like the Empire and Star Wars. And you're like, damn.
That was a clean clapback.
Yeah, that
was clean.
Yeah.
Who likes the Empire?
Well, I mean,
it's kind of interesting.
I think for people, it's like, you know, I mean, people like villains, people like bad guys and stuff, you know. I think
media
to like the Empire as a whole is pretty insane.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The Empire as a whole, but like if you like Darth Vader,
if you like certain like, you know,
Darth
obviously
Maul,
Sith
Darth
Lords and
Sidious.
stuff, you know, and all that, yeah. I mean, it's cool.
Like Darth Maul's piercing.
Palpatine fingers.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean Vader. Yeah, exactly.
But if you like the whole Empire, like if you like the ideals and morals of the Empire,
then
maybe not that.
Then that's next level stuff right there, for sure.
I'll slice you up.
Yeah. But yeah, cool.
I just want to say this: if you like the Empire, then you support Anakin killing toddlers.
Toddlers. Yeah, that was insane.
Screw them kids.
ISIS supports Aaron's plans, so
them kids.
Man.
Genocide it is.
Try not to cuss because my mommy is probably watching.
It's for the good of parody. Right, Heise?
Mankind's last hope.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. Well, we have something that's actually very. I don't support genocide.
Glad you made that clear.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you,
for clarifying.
But yeah, so you guys know the drill. We're gonna go ahead and talk about the poll question and all the results, and we got that. And actually, this week we have 2 Q&As to go ahead and talk about, which is very, very cool.
Oh,
I saw that. Sorry. I saw that, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, we have 2 of them. And huge disclaimer again to all of our friends who watch and who are not caught up with the anime. But we want to give a spoiler warning to all of our friends out there, because we like to go ahead and talk about spoilers. We love spoilers.
You know it's coming. You know,
it always happens. You know, there's so much that is all intertwined in the story.
Like, for example, when I say that, no, I'm kidding.
For example, over in season 4, part 2, when that certain character,
just completely drops the bomb.
I almost got the ending spoiled for me on TikTok for Attack on Titan.
Any sloppy, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump into that, because again, we have a lot to cover in this episode, and unless you guys are wanting to stick around for a 3-hour episode, I know it's a weekday, so for us it's kind of like it's different. It feels a little bit different, you know. It's not like a Sunday where like, okay, and I guess Sunday also is in terms kind of like a work night, you know. But you know, for most people,
but still, people probably had, like for sure had work today.
Yeah, and
or something going on today.
And so I think that's what it is. It's kind of feeling that work fog a little bit, you know, because like Wednesday and stuff, you know, and you go ahead and you got to work and all that and stuff, and.
I gotta be up at 6:45.
Yeah, Zach's got to go ahead and be up early. So for us, I think we want to go ahead and jump into the results and the feedback. How's that sound? You guys cool with that? While Heise tells us, I want them to live long, happy lives. Me.
So damn sad.
It's so damn sad. Yeah.
Let's end it early. Let's cut it quick.
So without further ado, Lexi, go ahead and tell us what we're working with today.
So I'm gonna actually sandwich Q&A poll and end in the other Q&A.
Perfect.
I'm gonna sandwich them.
Okay.
So we kind of have a lot to cover. You guys sent in a lot of responses, so thank you guys.
And we love seeing it, guys. Keep them coming.
Amazing. Thank you.
Keep it coming.
So the first Q&A I'm going to go over is, last week we asked you guys, do you think Grisha really loved Carla? Or was it all just a part of the plan?
Oh, part of the plan. That's right.
That's a question that I posed last week.
Yes.
I was like,
we talked about it over in the pod, and
did love her?
It was a great question to go ahead and have us talk about and discuss live as we were streaming, right? And then we got to thinking, like, man, it'd be cool to go ahead and see what our friends say, right?
Yeah.
So again, like, it's a great question to go ahead and present to our friends. I'm excited to go ahead and see where we're thinking. But again, we brought this question up because why? You decided to go ahead and ask because of what we talked about, right? We talked about it last time that we were streaming. This was part 2 of season 3, episode 11, Bystander, and that's because we saw Sadis explain a story, a story that has no relevancy to mankind. However, this is a story of him finding a stranger outside the walls. He helps a stranger, and the stranger turns out to be Grisha.
And he also turned out to be Mr. Steel Girl. Yeah,
and that's the thing, is that, as Sadis is helping Grisha and getting him on his feet, Grisha doesn't remember anything other than just knowing that he is a doctor, which is very convenient because there was a plague that happens over in the short near future for them. And the reason why we asked the question is because Sadis would go to this bar and he would go ahead and see this certain person, this woman who's there working.
This certain waitress.
She is a waitress. And this would be Carla. And we find out that the end of our episode, Grisha and Carla get married. And obviously it's very, very sad for Keith because Keith, he seeks approval. He seeks certain things. He finally got that
promotion that he thought would get him noticed by her.
And so he goes and he notices that Grisha and Carla get married. And then we got to thinking, man, in that specific episode, in that specific breakdown, did we ever see love? Did we ever see any of that? We understand that Grisha became very, very loved by the people there over in this district. I'm guessing this is also Shiganshina, but there's a plague that spread. Grisha was able to go ahead and save lives. And again, he felt the love from the people.
Save lives and steal hearts.
And then, there we go. And then there's a very specific moment when Grisha is able to go ahead and save people, and we see Carla embraced with Grisha. And then the next thing we see after that is them getting married.
Yeah.
Now, we understand that Grisha was given a plan, right? By the previous Attack Titan, which is Aaron Kruger. And Aaron Kruger pretty much laid out somewhat of a blueprint. And that is to go ahead, make a new life, right? Have a family, right? And he even name drops 2 specific important names that they need to be protected,
he
more or less.
Know who they are.
And that it would be Mikasa and Armin. And he doesn't know them because they're not from his memories, which again is it's a mic drop moment, and it's why this specific character, Aaron Kruger, will live in infamy of being the person who arrives, turns the story upside down, and we never see them again.
Dips.
And
that's it.
And so again, he gives out this plan to who is going to be his predecessor, right? Predecessor?
Yeah.
And Grisha goes and he does that, right? He goes to this strange island, which I guess he doesn't have a choice, but he goes, approaches these walls. He gets taken in. He helps others. He finds love. He has a family, right? And that's why we decided to go and have that question which Lexi presented. That's why we decided to ask our friends, was it really love, or was it all a part of the plan? Whether that be from Aaron Kruger or from Aaron Yeager. So I'm excited to see what our friends think. So go ahead, Lex. What do we got?
So firstly, we have from I Am Storm, LOL, which is our friend Heise, TBH. He says, just a part of Aaron's plan because he really got that dog in him.
Oh, man.
Okay.
You know what? I mean, we talked about it, and it wouldn't surprise... I don't think it would surprise any of us if this is something where...
That just blows my mind how Aaron's like... I wholeheartedly believe this was Aaron's plan.
Yeah, I mean...
Aaron's like, I want this to be my dad and this to be my mom.
Yeah.
And I think, too, it's like... It's something where it's... Obviously, Aaron had his hands over on this plan because, again, of those two names, right? Mm-hmm. And if Aaron Kruger never mentioned those names and he just told Grisha to go ahead and create a new life and have family, then we'd be looking at a completely different story here. We'd be having a different question here, right?
Yeah.
But no, because we understand what Aaron does and what he's capable of, we have to ask this question.
At least he explicitly, I mean, if he explicitly said you need to find Carla, then it'd be like, okay, he doesn't love her.
Then it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, for sure. And that's why, again, it leaves that kind of like that. It leaves it up in the air a little bit, you know, and also
because
for the
it's
fact
just
that
you need to make a family.
Yeah. And also for the fact, too, that we didn't go ahead and, you know, we didn't see really with our eyes in that specific episode of something where it's like, okay, there's definitely love there. You know, we can see that Grisha really genuinely cares for her, you know, in terms of like, you know, that companionship and stuff like that, not just caring for her in her life and keeping her alive. You know, it's more like, it's just one of those things where it's like, man, was it really there? Is this something where it's like, okay, you know, and he just kind of jumped at the opportunity to go ahead and get married. I don't know. I remember we had some good comments over in, you know, as we were streaming live and talking about it out loud to each other. But, you know, some people were even saying that, hey, I mean, it's not like things aren't exclusively separate from each other, right?
Yeah,
like obviously it could be still part of the plan, but then he could end up falling in love with her, you know, which again, that makes a lot of sense.
I would
of course,
like to think about it that way.
Yeah.
But, you know, I got questions.
Yeah. And then
logical Lex is being logical.
Perhaps we'll go ahead and we'll get, you know, some more clarity in this episode. You know, we still have to go ahead and cover this as part 3, you know, so we still got to get more details. But yeah, so again, Heise with Aaron having his handprints all over it because, you know, he's got that dog in him.
Just part of the plan.
You know?
Yeah, he's
like,
got that dog in him.
Again, that makes sense for sure. You know? And then Heise is even elaborating here saying Aaron can see his future memories and erase that guy he said he can erase memories, right? He says that guy is a god. I mean, in a sense too, like Aaron is the god in this point where we see him in the story, right? I mean, he is the one that sees all,
close to being
he's able to do all. And he's
like this omnipotent figure.
Yeah, his manipulation is definitely on God level for sure.
Yeah.
You know,
God tier.
Yeah, and then Josh says Aaron only sees the future that's already set in stone. He's really just a train on a set of tracks that sets to one end. Those tracks being made by his future self. That's interesting. That's
I like that take. Interesting. Interesting.
That's very interesting.
Eloquently spoken.
Yeah. Wow. Wow, those are some very, very interesting words there.
Those are some words.
Yeah.
I can read.
But thank you, Heise, for your response. Next we have from Your Loser Was Taken.
Great.
Okay. Your loser was taken. Hello.
Not my loser.
They say he only used her to have his plan ready, aka Aaron. Ooh. He already knew she was gonna get eaten.
Damn. Wow.
So,
that brings an entirely different twist to this story.
Yeah.
You know, if again, this is a back-to-back Aaron's plan thing, right? And damn, the fact that you gotta throw in the fact that he already knew that his mom was gonna die, like that.
By your
I don't like that.
Old wife.
I don't like that because of certain motivations that we get reminded of from Aaron, you know, right?
Yeah.
And I guess I guess you can go ahead and say that, you know, this is younger Aaron, right? But damn.
I have a lot to say. I'm just waiting.
Okay.
My brain is like a million miles an hour right now.
All right.
So thank you for that. Your loser was taken. Next we have from Eden Bali. Eden Bali says he truly loves her, ain't no doubt. So
great, yeah, and you know, and
maybe
again,
those two things, like you said, maybe they're not. Maybe they're not like. What's the word used? Synonymous.
correlated.
Like how correlated. You can have one with the other. You can't have. It's not that you need to have one and need to get rid of the other.
Yeah.
So maybe. Thank you for the Eden Bali.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. I mean, again, that also is a very plausible truth. I mean, maybe Grisha just shows his. He doesn't show his love.
Maybe Sawdust just didn't explain it.
Again, I guess that's a great point.
Maybe Sawdust isn't in love with her, and he's just crazy obsessed.
Yeah,
and it's just like just a typical love.
Yeah.
And again, this is a story that is narrated by, the Commandant himself, Keith Sawdust, right? And then so again, he can go ahead.
White lies in there.
Yeah, he can go ahead and kind of change the story to kind of fit a certain light.
He didn't put it from like a first person point of view of Grisha, like going on dates with her and stuff.
Yeah.
He could just look at her and be like, "Yeah, your dad was an asshole to your mom, but I loved her."
Yeah,
So you can call me dad now, son.
Yeah.
No.
I am the captain now.
Let me
thank you for that, Eden Bali. Hater Xenon, which is I Repent.
Yes.
Says he did love her. Him acting out his mission is a way of showing he loved her in a way.
Yeah. I mean, there you go. Yeah.
Interesting take on that.
There is a commitment that is in place from Grisha and from other characters, right? And I think that is a good point with the whole love aspect of it, right? It's like, okay. I mean, it's only tricky because this is the first kind of, I guess, woman that we see, right? In terms of like interactions that Grisha has. And again, this is from the point of view, which is again, like Josh even saying, unreliable narrator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess so.
We don't necessarily see all the details. Again, we talked about this, the last time we were streaming. But damn, it's just one of those things where it's like, you see that we signed your hat.
It's not signed. It was stitched.
Yeah, it's stitched.
I got it from.
You got it signed by Stitch.
Huh?
You got it signed by Stitch.
Yeah. It says Ohana means family on it.
Ohana means
and family never gets left behind. It goes
that's what it says.
It says, "Thou shalt not covet." I don't know where it's from, but
you saw it and you liked it and you got it.
I got NatePlaysBad bucket hat at Anime Expo. It was buy one get 150, and I was like, I'll take that one for me.
Yeah, there you go.
The color, and people ask, and it says, "Thou shalt not covet."
Great.
Which I like that.
But yeah, so Josh, thank you so much for your response here and
your critical analysis.
Yeah, I do like that, but I don't agree with it.
Okay, thank you for that. Next is from Shiny Lowrantis. Says, living a lie to your wife is not love. Everything he did was for an ulterior motive.
Again,
we
go low. There we go low.
Living a lie
we definitely
to
touched
your wife.
on.
Yeah. I guess
and it's true. We know that Grisha himself kept a lot of his information close to his chest. We understand that nobody was allowed over in the cellar, and for him to go ahead and have that specific rule, I mean, I guess it does shine a certain light where it's like, man, he's a man of many secrets. A man of science.
Unless it was out of love to protect her. He can flip it that way, but
that's bullshit and a cop-out answer, and he knows it.
Yeah.
So I didn't say it.
I will say, though, Josh does elaborate a little bit over on his response, saying, well, I said that because he thought following Aaron's plan would save Carla and was devastated when he wasn't shown by future Aaron.
Oh, okay. So he thought that obviously he thought that he was convinced and what he was doing was supposed to be good.
He didn't think that it would involve sacrificing Carla.
Yeah.
Wasn't given all the details when he signed up for the job.
Nah, man. This is all for me.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we know that Aaron's only going to go ahead and tell you what you need to know. That's it. Damn.
Thank you for that, Shiny Lowrantis. Yes. Next we have friend of the show, Kyron, aka Portraits by K.A.
Yes.
Says, probably the plan, TBH.
Yeah.
Very well spoken. Thank you.
Smooth.
Yeah, so he agrees that it's the plan.
I feel like, though, I mean, obviously that's the majority of what we're getting right is the plan.
We have 2 more responses left.
Okay.
So thank you for that, Kyron.
Yes, thank you, Kyron.
Miss you, man. Next we have another friend of the show, Bobby7. Hello, Bobby. You're always so loyal with your responses every week. He says, I hate to say it, but I'm sure that was the initial intention, and the emotions came probably after Aaron.
Okay, so kind of like we talked about, right?
So I like the response, Bobby. You always have such good responses.
Yes.
Yeah, it probably was the initial plan, and then you end up falling in love. Yeah, W, Bobby. Yeah.
Yes, Wabi, yes.
Wabi, yeah. But yeah, it probably was the initial plan just to be like, all right, sure, I'll start a family with her. And then as things go on, you're like, dang, I'm slowly falling in love with this person. Mm-hmm. So I like to think of it that way. I hope that's what happened. But
Bobby.
And last response is from Andrew122. Says he definitely loved her and Aaron. What happened to him and Marley changed him. Okay, yeah. So
in terms of Marley, are we talking about young Grisha? Because that's so.
Yeah, because what happened to him and Marley changed him, meaning that like
when he loses his sister, right?
Yeah, and then obviously loses his well, he
gets ratted out by his son.
Yeah,
you know. So
and then
that can kind of change your mindset.
Transformed in front of him.
That can kind of change your mindset over on your outlook on family. You know, be like, damn, like, you know what? My own blood.
Pausing.
You're not allowed to look in chat. You're gonna spiral.
I am.
Hi, say no.
Oh
AJ.
Yeah, like how Aaron is the father of his child.
Put it back in Pandora's box.
Yeah. Not yet.
Save it for like
we'll be here
mid-episode.
Like
father, like son. You know, hey.
Grisha's a womanizer, bro.
That's how it is. I like this though. Josh says that I don't see Grisha as a heartless person. Like I said last week, two things can be true at once. Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think I really do like Bobby's response. I'm gonna say I agree with Bobby the most.
Yeah.
My vote is for Bobby.
Very cool. So Zach, you have been sitting there. What do you have to say?
With a certain reaction we get from Grisha this episode, I think that Grisha very much, and I think I said this last week too, I look at him like Omni-Man from Invincible, where he's like, I look at this person as a pet. I love this person as a pet, but I can live without them.
Like, I take care of this person, like this, I'm okay with having this person around. We coexist together, but if they weren't around, it would be horrible.
And I think that Grisha was very much. Now, look, this is a theory that I have. My theory is that Grisha brought the plague.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I think you said that last week, right?
Yeah. That's what I was saying about, like, what if there's this new plague because, like, he has a different immune system than them, and he just, like, brought that to them.
Like who would win? A double steak grilled cheese burrito from Taco Bell or the immune system of
Victorian child.
I take the burrito.
Oh no, that's what I didn't say that about the plague. I said that about him wearing a mask because then he took it down to like talk to the sick people.
That to me is evidence that
I was like, he has a different immune system. How do we know that he's not spreading whatever he has that these people haven't gone through yet? And so now I'm.
And my theory is that he had already spread it. And that's why I didn't worry about the mask, because he's like, I've had this before. I don't care.
Yeah, because it's like,
I've already had this. Shot.
And then like we don't know what other, because I was like, we don't know what other diseases he has that maybe these people here in the walls haven't gone through and haven't had a vaccine yet.
That's a great theory.
And he's speaking to these immunocompromised people that have a plague that maybe he brought on himself.
Yeah. That's for sure interesting. Mm-hmm. See, and again, that could happen.
Science.
Yes, thank you. Science. I think that Grisha brought that plague. He saw Carlos interact with him at the bar and was like, this is the one. I'm going to get her family fucking sick and save her family's life, and she's going to fall in love with me. We're going to get married. We're going to have my son as we're supposed to be, and then my job is done. I've made my family. I can do my stuff.
That makes sense. And then now that would show us where Aaron gets his manipulation from.
Where have we seen Grisha truly embrace Carla besides like them getting married? Even in the beginning of AOT.
He grabbed her sleeve.
Yeah.
Even in the beginning of AOT,
which could be all just manipulation. Yeah, at the beginning, honestly, he does seem like he's just
he's just going through the motions.
Yeah,
he's just there to be there.
He's there. He doesn't even discipline. It comes from a father of just kind of like caring, right? It's kind of like I don't know.
He could have maybe spread it to use his knowledge of being a doctor to get closer to the founding Titan.
Interesting. Yeah. Wow.
And even then, the ends justify the means. He finds Carla and he's like, I found my pet. We're good.
However, you said pet, and I like what Josh says. Like, well, he knows he has 13 years left, so wouldn't he be the pet?
That's funny.
Well, he didn't outlast her. Who did outlast her? He outlived her. You know what? He's fine.
Yeah, we're splitting hairs here. Maybe we're talking about a day or two, but okay.
He outlived her. He outlived her.
Now, speaking of hair, appreciate it. Hi says, AJ, hear me out. I can see you rocking Levi's hairstyle. I feel like if I were to go in there and ask for the Levi, I'm walking away with the Marlowe. I'm walking away with the Marlowe. I'm gonna be upset, and then it's gonna be all bucket hats.
Yes.
And then wait for it to grow out.
Wow. Damn. Maybe Grisha is just a piece of shit.
Maybe he's the manipulator.
Yeah. You know.
Talking about the wrong guy.
Well,
hey, that's what I've been saying.
His reign ended though, for sure. That's the thing, you know. Like in terms of evilness, I think genocide still takes the cake.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
I think genocide's still pretty bad.
I think, you know, Grisha kind of just like he paved the way for Eren, right?
Yeah.
But damn, it's just one of those things where
father-son bonding event, bro. Mass genocide.
Yeah.
One's just gotta
we know Grisha's still in there somewhere. He's just like that kind of like little devil on the shoulder where he's like, Eren. Yes.
No,
Eren,
he's the angel.
you need to do. He's the angel?
And Eren himself is the devil.
Oh, Eren himself
talking to himself.
Yeah.
Makes another version of himself, and he's just like, so what do we do?
It's like White from the Warhammer.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the little Warhammer Eren devil.
Warhammer Eren.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's what my theory is.
Okay. I mean, again, this is a wild theory, but it's very plausible because we understand that he's coming from a foreign place. He's bringing in this new kind of, again.
Even if it wasn't intentional.
Dude, he Christopher Columbus
He probably brought the plague. Yeah. He probably brought the plague to them.
Dude, yeah. I mean.
He colonized them.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we know that unfortunately.
Found this mysterious man.
Well, ironically, the guy who comes from someplace in Europe is what it's supposed to represent. Germany brings a plague. Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ja, danke.
But damn, you know what? I mean, it all just makes too much sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
you know what else makes too much sense?
What?
Eren being the father.
Yeah. I know. I didn't want to go ahead and take it there, but in due time.
In due time.
Thank you guys for all. Thank you guys for all your responses.
Yeah,
Appreciate
exactly
it.
what Lexi said.
Thank you, Gaga.
You know what I heard? Have you guys seen the Wild Thornberries?
Yeah.
Is that the one with the? Yeah,
what's his name?
Yeah, it's Donnie.
Yeah, Donnie.
Yeah. What's the monkey's name?
All I know is he talks very posh.
Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo.
Why am I thinking of Nigel? But Nigel's the father.
Nigel's the father.
Yeah.
Smashing.
Yeah. Smashing. Yeah. Good stuff. Shout out to Walton Bears. But yeah, thank you all again so much for the great responses.
Yeah.
It seemed like the majority.
Always add some.
The majority is leaning towards
plan.
The plan. Yeah.
But I do like Bobby's response the most, though. I agree.
It doesn't need to be elaborated on. It's just truth. He did the damn thing.
Josh is just simply saying, "Hey, let's just tone it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Just tone it down."
You guys need to calm it down.
I didn't even get to say my line today. I am putting all my eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fired up.
I'm fired up.
Yes.
Game on.
I'm gonna throw a little bit of curveball for you guys. I know I told you I was gonna sandwich. I'm actually gonna do double Q&As.
Ooh, wow, we're stacking.
Just to see if you guys are paying attention.
We're stacking.
You guys paying
Manipulated.
attention?
We were Grisha.
Whoa.
Wow.
Grisha.
Whoa.
Just to see if you guys are paying attention.
Whoa.
So
Bamboozled.
for the second Q&A, lucky you guys. You guys got 2 Q&As.
Yes.
Second
Lucky
Q&A,
us,
we
too.
asked you guys. Yeah, lucky us. We get more responses from you guys. You guys are always so smart. We asked, do you agree that you have to be a chosen one to be a scout? And this is in reference to the last
Grisha
part
with his manipulation
last
telling
episode.
Sades.
Yeah, where
You are a chosen one.
he has to say, oh, no, I'm not really fitted. I'm not really suited for that kind of work. And he's talking about being a scout. And he said, you have to be a chosen one. And of course, Carla's like, sure, that's the way you want to put it. And we then get to hear more about someone, like the whole thought of feeling special
And keep
more
in mind,
today in this
though,
episode.
Keep in mind, though, how that specific term, chosen one, sticks with Keith, messes with his mind, thinks that he's special, and just completely like takes his will and his spirit and his fire just right out of his own just soul.
We are villainizing Grisha so bad today.
Like, this is crazy.
He is the villain.
Grisha, my boy, what have you done?
He needs to get protagonist.
They should have left him in that prison.
I know.
My God.
This wouldn't have happened.
But thank you, Hannes, though, for this thing.
But yeah, so
I've got
a couple of answers from you guys.
Choice words for this one too.
First, we have 2 different responses from Shiny Laurantis.
Ooh.
Yellow
Says, firstly, they say, the anime dub is so weird. And then, because I posted a video of him saying, you have to be a chosen one.
Uh-huh.
And then Shiny Lo also says, don't think so. There were many lackluster people that joined.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah, true. We've seen them. We have seen them firsthand. Thank you for that, Shiny Laurantis. Yeah, Daz.
Daz.
Next we have Hater Xenon, aka I Repent, who is here with us in chat from the show. Hello. Says, nah, there is no chosen one. Everyone is special. Only issue is being a scout is hard. Yeah, yes. It's definitely not an easy job that obviously not everyone very much volunteers for. It takes a lot of convincing and a lot, the moment that we've seen it all throughout the anime, like when you reveal, like, I'm going to be a scout, it's always people being like, what? Really? You're going to like give up your life? Like, obviously it's a really hard thing. So maybe I do like that. I mean, I do notice that he says that everyone is special. Interesting. Interesting.
Very, very good choice of words.
Yes. I like that. We'll talk more about that later on in this episode.
Yes.
Thank you for that, Hater Xenon, aka I Repent. Next we have from the show, Bobby7. Hello, Bobby. Bobby says, oh, absolutely, 100%. Doesn't have to be a logical Lex moment to prove that real scouts are just built different. I like that you included a logical Lex.
Yeah.
You really pay attention. You really do your homework. Okay, Bobby.
Love you, Bobby.
Yeah, I love you, dude.
I think Bobby is, Bobby's on a good...
He's smart.
...track there, but...
Bobby's smart.
I do agree with earlier about how not every scout there is really made up.
If we really want to look at the question, can you reread the question for me, Lex?
Do you agree that you have to be a chosen one to be a scout?
No. Do you need to be a chosen one to survive as a scout? Maybe.
Yeah, because I originally typed in a great scout, and then I was like, no, I'm just going to say scout. I'm going to take out the word great, and then we'll see what people say.
Because that one little bit of phrasing, I was like, no.
To be a scout.
A lot of people die.
Yeah. But to be a good scout, that's a little different. Thank you so much for that, Bobby7.
Love you, Bobby.
Next, we have friend of the show, Kyron, Portraits by K.A. Says, absolutely. Look at Petra and the others.
Yes.
Yeah, they were definitely a force to be reckoned with. They were amazing.
For sure in that chosen one category, and they were literally chosen by the one.
By the one. Yeah. That number one.
So, yeah.
Thank you for that, Kyron. Next we have from I Am Storm, LOL, aka Heise. Hello, Heise. He says, nah, that's BS. And we have such like a roller coaster of responses.
Yeah.
And then we have 2 more responses. Next we have from Rena Nell 9614. Hello Rena Nell. She says, not really. I think it's more about being alive and having the drive and persistence. Very well spoken.
Yes.
I like that. Very well spoken.
Damn, Josh.
Chosen by Annie too.
The Levi squad was definitely chosen by Annie.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, thank you for that, Rena.
Casualties of war.
That one hurts.
Last response is from the show, Eddie. Yes. The Eddie Hinston says, no! An exclamation point. And that is all the responses. Thank you guys for answering all the Q&As this week. Had to surprise you with a little double Q&A.
I just want to point out our boy. Totally, I agree. Flock was very lackluster when he joined, so that automatically disproves that, bro.
Disproves what?
And then we have Daz, and
Heise said, right?
You don't have to be a chosen one.
Yes. Well, Heise said Flock was loyal, man. Held onto the boat. What was that?
Yeah, but he was lackluster. He was lackluster, bro. Yeah. You don't need to be good to be a scout. You don't need to be chosen. You can be Flock. You can still be a scout.
Yeah.
All right, so what are your guys' ideas? We know that I think me and Zach are kind of in agreement, where it's like you don't have to be a chosen one to be a scout. To be a chosen one
to survive as a scout.
Yeah, I think you should. There are very special skills that are involved. I agree with Rena now.
Aaron was a chosen one.
Yes.
And still didn't survive as a scout.
Yeah,
survived as a Titan.
True.
So here's the thing, though. This is my thinking, right? So, obviously, loaded question because there are certain motivations here for people. I will say that there has to be a screw loose somewhere for you to go ahead and join the Scouts, right?
Or some kind of vengeance or some kind of.
And here's the thing, that some people have to do it because of revenge, because of avenging. You know, a lot of lives were lost, a lot of family members died, right? And so people go ahead and they want to get on the Titans.
Yeah, they want to avenge their
and they
lost
want to,
loved ones.
Some people just do it for. There's a very few that do it for just the thrill of it, right? Of just wanting to go ahead and
I just
be the
want to
Scouts
see the
and
world,
stuff, right? And
I just wanted to see the world, man. I didn't want to be trapped in the walls all my life.
But we have seen there are very lackluster Scouts who are not in that chosen one category. Yeah, there are. It's fair share of Scouts you can see they are chosen ones.
Yeah, very skilled.
Because they go out there and they prove it every time they step outside the walls, right? They go ahead and they prove it. But there's some that just, you know, they have no business being out there. They're only just...
Sorry, something in my throat.
You know, they're only just, honestly, they're just liabilities, you know? How many times you go ahead and you see Scouts die because their attention is away from the Titans, away from the Titans, and they have to go ahead and try to save an ally. But then the ally that needs helping witnesses the person getting ready to save them dying.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's like, oh.
You know, I mean, there's plenty of examples where it's like, damn, you know, like, there's a lot of people that have no business being out there, you know, and I get it. You need numbers. You need numbers to go out there and try to even have a fighting chance. But, you know.
Unless you're Levi.
Unless you're Levi. You just need a team.
No, you just need Levi.
Yeah.
I heard Penn says. It reminds me of Denji for some reason. You need to be crazy to survive while being in public safety.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And again, Denji's motive is what?
Locked me in a room.
He wants to touch some boobs.
Want some boobs, man. You know what?
Crazy.
That's some pretty good motivation, man.
I was crazy once. Locked me in a room, a rubber room. Rubber room rats. Rats make me crazy. Okay, I'm done.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Are you chosen?
No.
Are you chosen?
Chosen to be bald, apparently.
I don't know if that's a choosing.
See, Hai says that he's going to become a member of the Scouts, kill every Titan that crosses his path.
Are you a chosen one?
Man, you know what? Again,
even better. I'm Flock.
No, I'm Flock.
We talked about it early on over in the podcast days, man. If we were in one of those type of scenarios where in this world that we live in, there's somehow the reality has us choose regiments, right?
What would we choose? Where would we go?
And again, it all depends. Obviously, for me, motivation lies on what is happening in my life.
Yeah.
What happened to me, right?
Happened to our family.
If I am given the opportunity, right, I am not going outside the walls, because for me, I don't have the necessarily motivation of like, I need vengeance, you know? I need to go ahead and kill these things. And for me, if I have my family inside the walls, then what I'm doing probably is just becoming a garrison soldier, and I want to go ahead and be in the walls, protect my family. Obviously, I'm not drinking, but I'll dabble in some pinochle.
Some pinochle sounds pretty entertaining to me. I love card games.
Yeah, and but yeah, I want to ask though, in terms of Scouts, I mean, we know that for people who obviously are the highest ranking over in their class, right, top 10, they get their choices, right? For the ones that don't have the academics, for the ones that don't have the skill sets and the training, and they don't have a choice, are they just thrown into whatever numbers needed? Are they thrown into, okay, let's say we need more soldiers, we need just more, like if shit hits the fan and they need Scouts, are they just going to go ahead and throw in the people who...
I feel like they're either thrown... I feel like they're not thrown into the MPs. I feel like MPs...
No, MPs is like, you know, unfortunately, they are the ones who, you know, they pretty much... It's sad to say, but like, they kind of work their way to get that opportunity to just do nothing.
Yeah, I feel like you're either thrown into it as a garrison soldier or you're a scout, and then you're just like, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so I mean, that's the thing, is that for this question, I mean, being a chosen one as a scout, like, no, I think you just have shit luck.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I'm not good at training, I'm not good at, you know, my academics, I have no direction. Hey, go ahead and join this group. Join this, you know. Yeah.
Huh?
You know, like
I couldn't even do one in training.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I think if they need numbers, they're gonna go ahead and find numbers. That's just unfortunately on what it is, right?
Yeah, Irepen says they get drafted between scouts or garrison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's just what it is. Well, obviously in the story we know that they need as many scouts as possible, so that's why I think that a majority would go ahead and become the soldiers, garrison soldiers before the breach over in Walmaria, right?
Yeah.
Because there was no need to go ahead and have the scouts out there. We're gonna see in this episode that the group of scouts that go outside the walls isn't nearly the size of scouts, the group of scouts that we see currently, in the present. So, yeah, definitely interesting. But thank you guys again so much.
Now, last but not least, we have a poll.
Yes, we do.
To go over. So last week we asked you guys, what do you think Keith Sodus wanted more? And the options are promotion to commander of scouts or Carla's affection.
Damn, both things he was seeking over in that last episode.
Mm-hmm.
He obviously wanted that promotion to being commander because he felt that he could do a better job, right?
Yeah, or it was also one of those things where it's like, I also want to be respected. And when he was saying that, like, I want to be like seen, viewed, respected, he also the scene showed Carla.
Yes.
So maybe he was like, I really want to get promoted so that Carla will notice me.
It was a means to an end.
Yeah. So we have our votes.
Mm-hmm.
And we got around like 50 votes in total.
Okay. Cool.
So thank you guys for all you who voted. Thank you.
Good numbers. Good numbers.
Thank you. Starting with least voted at 24%, which means that top voted is at 76%.
Yes.
Damn.
Least voted, promotion to commander of the scouts.
Yeah.
Means that the top vote getter is Carla's affection.
Which is factual fact.
Yeah, it makes the most sense because again, for him, you just described, like literally, he was envisioning this commander and the attention that he seeked from the person that he wanted the most, which is obviously Carla.
Mm-hmm.
All facts.
And I'm in agreement with the votes.
No cap. All facts.
Doesn't make sense though because Carla obviously doesn't appreciate him and his recruiting.
She's like,
she doesn't really care about.
Why would she go ahead and be like, "Oh, great, you're commander. Now that means you get to do even more recruiting." Like, it's like now instead of recruiting, now you just have final say of just like you're becoming like.
Yeah.
I don't think, and obviously you talked about it. You talked about it too.
Chosen one.
You talked about it last week. You talked about it with how she even just responded to Mikasa ratting out Aaron's dream of becoming the scouts. Like, so obviously a scout isn't something that Carla saw as like
something noble.
Like that's something that really that she appreciates, something that would go ahead and gain her affection. She sees it as like someone just signing their life away. Like, yeah, exactly. For
no purpose at all.
The inner workings of an infatuated man's mind are astonishing.
Yeah.
I feel like it was just a title. Like, you feel like maybe the title impresses. Just the fact that I've been able to dedicate my life to this so much.
Yeah.
Think about how much I could dedicate my life to you. I feel like that's what's going through his head.
Maybe, and we obviously don't see a whole lot of hobbies from Sodus, and maybe he felt like that was the one thing that he's
the pictures of
stalking. But maybe he felt like that was the one thing he's good at, right? And then when you have somebody who's kind of, talking you up a little bit, then you'd be like, damn.
Someone tells you you're chosen one.
I think I am pretty good at this and stuff, and especially if you constantly are returning, right, from outside the walls, like, okay.
He laughed at you, eat his fruit.
But damn it, you know what? I agree with all of you.
Yeah.
With the majority, I should say, not all, but the majority.
Actually, everyone who's in chat with us, all friends of the show, everyone voted for Carla's affection.
Carla's affection, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Including you, I repent. You also voted for Carla's affection. Yes. I know you forgot which one you voted for. Don't worry.
And
I got the info.
Said, bro, downgraded to an instructor. Yeah. You know what? He downgraded himself because he couldn't handle it anymore. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
That's just the truth of the matter.
He was just like, I'm over it. But yeah, I'm in agreement. I think it was just a means to an end.
Yeah.
So thank you guys all who voted. That's we're getting amazing numbers lately. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Incredible. Thank you all so much again for all the feedback, because you guys know how much we love the feedback. We love reading the responses and seeing the results on the poll questions and seeing where your guys' mindsets are and your guys' perspectives on the story. We try to come up with some good, interesting questions on ways that we can get potentially, again, just different perspectives. And you guys did it again today. So thank you all again so much. We appreciate you guys so much, and we're excited. Of course, we always look forward to this part of the podcast when we go ahead and see all that stuff. So we hope that you guys continue.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that is enough of the poll and Q&A.
Beautiful.
Thank
all right.
you guys. Only took an hour.
Great. So, Lexi, what did we talk about last time?
Last week we went through more of Keith Sodis' story.
Yes. Why is Keith? Why is he important? Why are we even talking about him?
It's because he showed up in a vision that Aaron had, a memory, perhaps, with a younger looking Keith Sodis that he didn't really recognize until Jean, for some reason, is being the most perceptive person ever in that episode, talking about flirting with Astoria and then being like, oh yeah, that instructor. Yeah. Like, actually, that's who was in my memory.
Exactly.
Get out of my head, Jean. Anyways, so he's continuing telling the story. We see pretty much what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
about
his
how
point of view and how the story would have played out with Grisha and stuff.
Yeah,
right? And
about how Sodis was like wanting to become commander, wanting to get that promotion, also wanting recognition from Carla. There's a plague that happens. He brings Carla to Grisha. Grisha heals her and heals her parents as well. And that's basically what gets them close. And then the day that Sodis finally gets that promotion to commander, Carla's getting married.
And it's an interesting transition to begin that moment, because we see that he is being they're having the ceremony obviously in public and stuff. They're having the citizens over there in Tross, going in and celebrating his promotion, right? And through that celebration, we get a transition to a crowd of people applauding.
Congrats, Commander, right? Congrats. You hear, congrats, Grisha.
Yeah. And then this new commander goes and he sees the love of his life. Let's just call that,
Pretty much.
And she is marrying another man. And this is a man that Keith himself brought into his home.
Introduced her to.
Yes.
Mr. Steal Your Girl, Mr. Worldwide.
He was the wingman. You didn't even know
Grisha is Pitbull. He is Mr. Worldwide, Mr. Steal Your Girl.
But damn, it's heartbreaking for him, of course. But it was all part of the plan, which seems like majority of us think. And
off cam to put.
And what's important too is that, because we're gonna start this episode off with we're gonna go ahead and start this episode off with something that is happening outside the walls, right? And part of the reason why Keith himself wanted to be promoted is because he felt like.
I'm sorry, just seeing your face, because she got up and you were like.
Seeing my screen. Sorry.
Yeah.
The fear in his eyes.
I'm back. Sorry, guys. My left eye was getting really irritated and itchy, so I put in eye drops, and I didn't want to do that on camera. I'm just crying, actually. I just feel so bad for Keith, man.
That's good. But anyways, the point I wanted to go ahead and make is that
Adam 22.
Throughout his meeting, right, he is there with the commander at the time, right, who obviously seems like he doesn't care about failed expeditions and all that. Is that they go ahead and they're speaking to this council, and this council is talking about how, one, they don't have a base finished outside the wall, right? And they're constantly failing these expeditions. And Keith himself is like, man, if I was commander, I would be able to accomplish the goals, right?
The whole grass is greener on the other side idea.
And then you come to find out that, hey, the job is a lot more difficult.
This grass isn't looking very green anymore.
And so that's where we're going to go ahead and start this episode. And again, guys, this is season 3, episode 11, Bystander, and this is part 3, and we will be finishing this episode. So here we go. We continue the episode as we see Titans destroying the scouts' base outside the wall. The base that the scouts finally finished after so many failed expeditions. The new commander of the scouts, Keith Sodis, believed that he can achieve more, accomplish more. But perhaps things don't change after all. Perhaps the Titans were only meant to destroy. One of the scouts on this expedition with Commander Sodis tells him, "It's no use! We need to retreat, Commander!" As Commander Sodis looks up at the Titans destroying their base, he does what they need to do. Retreat. We see the scouts taking a walk of shame back to the walls. we see wrapped bodies being carried back in a wagon. We see badly injured scouts traveling back with the help of their comrades. And we see them all with this strong demeanor of defeat. Another failed expedition. Perhaps they aren't the chosen ones. As they return to the wall, the scouts pass through the village with their defeated demeanor as Commander Sodus leads the way. We hear citizens talking amongst themselves. The moron keeps leading his men straight into death, yet he's the only one who always lives.
That's not quite true. I hear no one on Irvin's squad has died yet.
Then maybe he should be commander.
And then we see a young Irvin riding his horse proudly. And then we see Commander Sodus walking with his head down in defeat. Sodus thinks to himself as he reflects.
Someone special. A chosen one.
But then Sodus hears a familiar voice.
Keith?
Keith gasps as he sees Carla watching from the crowd. Keith stops and stares as he sees her with a baby boy in her arms. Keith approaches slowly and then asks,
Carla, who's the kid?
Carla answers,
Aaron, our baby boy. I guess the news never made it your way. My husband worries about you.
Keith responds,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Carla pauses for a brief moment, then asks Keith,
Are you planning to keep this up until you get yourself killed?
And then Carla's words resonate as they shock Keith to his core. And Carla continues,
I think it's time.
Keith then gets real close to Carla's face and lectures.
Do you want to know why most people live and die without accomplishing a single damn thing? It's because they've lost their imaginations. They've complacently wasted their entire lives, unashamed of the fact that all they'll ever add to the world is shit. Such people are little more than cattle. They can't even comprehend greatness, not even when it's right in front of them. So a girl who flirts with every man in sight, one who's good for absolutely nothing aside from keeping people's drinks full, could never.
And as Keith pauses, as I get my alarm.
Sorry guys, it's a Wednesday, guys.
I forgot it's a weekday.
Yeah.
That's my alarm to go work.
God, I love that man, Mirio.
But anyways, guys, as Keith
pauses to hear the alarm.
As Keith unleashes his emotion, that's like when you're dreaming and you're like, I picture Keith in that moment. He's like telling her, he's projecting, he's like, and all of a sudden he wakes up from his dream and he's like, huh?
She's a kid.
The alarm goes off.
Keeping people peaceful. Could never. She's a kid.
And for whatever reason,
I told you that's not my name anymore.
Keith watched My Hero and
I abandoned that name.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, continuing on, as Keith unleashes his emotions with tears in his eyes, he continues to reflect. Keith narrates as we see him with the tears in his eyes, lost and defeated, speaking to a family member of a fallen scout.
It's true. Normal people can't accomplish a thing.
The scene changes as we see Keith walking alongside Scout Irvin. Keith tells Irvin,
Hey, Irvin, I want you to take my command.
And then Irvin looks at Keith confidently, ready. And then we see the new leaders of the scouts, led by Commander Irvin. We see Captain Levi, Section Commander Hanji, Section Commander Mike, Section Commander Nanaba. Sodus continues to narrate.
Special people do exist. All this means is that I was never one of them. It was such an obvious fact, so why couldn't I see it?
And we see the former commander, Keith Sodus, walking away. The scene fades to black as we hear a citizen screaming out to warn, Walmaria has fallen!
Dun dun dun.
Wow. So, let's talk about this portion here of this episode.
1 million.
So wait, did you really ask her, who's the kid?
Yeah.
Does this kid not look exactly like me? What are you talking about? This is my son.
Does this kid not look like Grisha? Like,
but damn, you know what? Like you said, Lexi, the grass isn't always greener on the other side, and he found that out very quickly. As you know, who knows how long it took them to go ahead and finally finish setting up this base, right?
Sorry.
And
Hi guys, sorry.
who knows how many expeditions? Who knows how long? But what we see in this current time, goodness gracious, we're all just yeah.
We're so good, guys.
But what we see in this current moment here, we see Titans literally destroying all their hard work, right? And again, this is just an absolute kick in the balls. This is a kick in the gut. This is a kick in the groin. This is a
Titans don't have
slap in the face. The Titans don't have to worry about that. Titans are doing their thing right now.
Titans are kicking him in the balls.
Keith got a Titan-sized kick straight to his nuggets.
Yeah. And man, it's
nuggets.
Keith, I mean, he's falling on bad times here, you know. He just can't catch a break. And just when you think things don't get worse here, right? You think he's probably at his worst moment here, but no. You know what? Things just... I don't think he was expecting not just to go ahead and fail in this expedition, to lose this scout base, right? To go ahead and take this walk of shame back over to inside the walls, passing through this village, right? You're getting the look of disappointment over on these people who are supposed to be thankful for you.
Yeah.
Right?
You're not the hero that
there are literally... There's literally, yeah, I mean, but there's bodies of dead people inside these wagons.
Yeah, just right behind you.
And then, just when you think things couldn't get any worse, the love of your life is right there.
Holding a child.
Even worse.
Damn, dude. You know what? Getting kicked while he's down.
You know,
I could relate to that statement.
I know who
Stress
else
made him
is
bald.
pretty stressed. Who could possibly
I beat
be
you
bald.
to the punchline, okay?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
damn.
Dude. He owned up to it.
I can't wait to be a heroic chicken.
Why am I just reading guys are saying, so Keith is a cuck?
Dude,
I know.
Dude.
So Keith is.
I saw that while you were reading it. I literally go.
Yeah. I like how he made it all one word like so that like Twitch would let him.
Yeah.
He's a
Adam 22, bro. That blew me away.
Yeah, because I'm looking here, and then there was one, an auto mod went ahead and I held a message for
Adam 22 is right.
Yeah, the auto mod was definitely for.
What are you talking about? What is Adam 22?
You know, you guys know who Lena the Plug is?
No.
Okay, I don't know that.
Basically, Adam 22 is this
I don't live on the internet. I don't live on social media.
Adam 22 is this big content creator, right? And he's married to this woman called Lena the Plug, who does corn.
Oh, okay.
Corn with a C. And she did it with... She made a video with this.
Oh, this is the girl. Oh, I have heard about this.
And
okay, yeah, I heard about it.
They made a bunch of money off of it.
Yeah.
But now everyone's like, bro.
Wait, they're married, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Your wife just got
corn.
Yeah, she just did corn with some other guy.
With a very large
money.
cob. Mm-hmm. Very large cob.
Yes.
Money.
Yes, but yeah, and basically like they had
Josh. Now I know.
They all three had a podcast together where they talked about it for like just one episode. It's insane.
Yeah.
I did see a video recently. Okay, I didn't know that was his name. I didn't know his name. I know the situation. I didn't know their names. Yeah. But I did see something on Twitter recently that was like, she was like hugging some other guy to like say hi to him, and the husband was like, "Oh no, like you don't need to hug him. Come on." Like, and everyone was like, "You're worried about a hug?"
When your wife
do you know what she's doing?
Corn on the cob.
Yeah.
Hey, hugs don't get her money, but corn does.
Corn on the cob does.
Corn does make money.
Eat your corn, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Damn. Well. Sounds
so
like
Keith is Adam.
Sounds like Keith to me.
Yeah, I know. Don't hug him, but if you want to make money,
just don't have a kid with him, and then have a kid.
And then who's the kid? Yeah, he was a little shocked.
Yeah. So, anyways, I mean, yeah, Keith. I mean, he's fallen in dark times here, man. You know, he's at his absolute lowest. To the point where literally he is just on the brink here. I'm sure it just crossed his mind that, and maybe too, it's also the words from Carla here, right? Because obviously Carla is telling him like, look, are you literally going to go ahead and continue doing this until you die? You know? Mm-hmm. And then again, those words really resonate with him, right? He obviously projects and stuff, and he goes and just full on rants and pretty much tries to just like, he does his best way of unleashing a certain kind of pent up emotions.
Yeah, definitely has some bottled up something.
He was going for the kill. Like, he was about to destroy this woman's mental career. Yeah. And he was going to let it all out.
He was already hurt by the fact that, I mean, like you were saying, he was already not being seen as the hero he thought he was going to be seen as. All these dead bodies, he felt like a failure. Sees the woman that he had was like his love of his life with a child, and she has the nerve to be like, oh yeah, I have a kid. Also, are you just going to keep going until like you get killed? Because this isn't going well.
Yeah.
So like, I'm also the voice of disappointment.
Yeah.
And all that pent up emotion.
I love it. Hey, he deserved to have a little bit of an outburst there, okay?
He did for sure.
That was it was understandable.
That was just years
what
of
Carlos said was uncalled for in my honest opinion.
Are you just going to keep going until you die? Because we worry about you.
Yeah.
Worry.
That wasn't the time or the place to have that conversation.
No, he literally, yeah.
Sure.
Josh said it. He literally snapped. He had a little mental breakdown.
He really did.
Yep.
Which honestly, it's understandable. Being commander and bottling up all that emotion, like knowing that you're responsible for all these deaths.
Given with the title that he has, he should not be snapping on a civilian.
No.
Yeah.
But it was well deserved on his part as a person, not as a commander, though.
Yeah.
But
and then
check out our boy. Check out Irvin. Mm-hmm. Nobody over in his squad died.
I noticed that. No one in Irvin's squad has died.
Yeah.
Yeah. Irvin.
Yeah, and then so you know, and then we go ahead and we see that Keith decides to just end it. Mm-hmm. Not his life, but
his career.
His career.
Yeah.
Right? As Josh has mentioned earlier, that he demoted himself to just pass along his commandership over to the guy who
there's a reason why
is a chosen one.
Play.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just get too much dip in your chip, man, and you just got to give it up.
Oh.
You know,
I would eat that whole chip.
This is a cool moment though, because he talks about how it's like special people do exist, right? And who do we see becoming the new kind of changing of the guard, the new leadership here, right? Obviously being led by Commander Irvin, right? We see some badass
Irvin, Levi,
people.
Hanji, Mike, Nanaba.
Yeah, those are some strong leaders,
those are
right?
some chosen ones.
Yeah. And the future obviously is bright. Those are like this in this story here is like this is like the dark times of like a certain kind of era of certain things, right? And then you know that eventually you get to a point like where it's like, oh man, see, things are good again, right? It's like regardless of whatever you're talking about, like for my mind's thinking of like, you know how they go ahead and talk about like SNL or like, oh my gosh, you know, like SNL, there's certain dark periods of SNL when they just have like all these different cast members and it's like they're not really memorable or they're not really like so much is happening, right? But then you have like those classic moments or whatever the case is where you have all of a sudden the crop of like cast members who are very really funny. They're very memorable. They're really this and that, right? And stuff, you know, and it's like,
fondly remembered.
Yeah, and it's like this SNL cast, you kidding me?
Yeah.
Irvin, Levi, Hanji, Mike, Nanaba.
They got there.
You know, I was like, damn, like
heavy
those
hitters,
are some names for sure, you know?
What was the budget?
Right?
The budget? Limitless.
But then again, you have Sadis saying that after he's saying special people do exist. Because all this just means is that I was never one of them. Right? Says it's always been an obvious fact. How can you not see it? And then we see him again take another walk of shame. No longer being the commander. Now he is just a lost individual.
Unfortunately.
But then we find out that again at the start of how this whole thing started, Walmari has fallen.
Yeah.
Wow.
That dang Walmaria.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that lets us know kind of the time period in which this memory is taking place.
All right, you guys ready to go ahead and jump into the second part here?
Sure.
All right, here we go. And as we get our warning that Walmari has fallen, Keith, who is walking amongst a crowd of citizens, looks back slowly with a great look of concern on his face. The citizen now informs, Shiganshina district was demolished! They're gonna come for Trost next! The people now begin screaming in panic as Keith is frozen in place. Then we see people running into him as they try to run to safety. As Sardis is stuck in this mob of panicked people, a man screams out to him, "Keith!" And Keith Sardis looks towards the man and gasps with eyes wide open. Sardis now narrates,
"Oh yeah, that's why."
And we then see that it was Grisha who called out to him.
"It's because of what you said."
The scene changes to Grisha holding Eren after the breach in Walmaria. "Eren, wake up, Eren." As Eren slowly begins to wake, we can see that Keith is standing behind Grisha. Grisha asks Eren, "Why wasn't your mother with you?" Eren opens his eyes and tells his father, "I'm sorry. Mom was trapped and a Titan came. It ate her." And we see both Grisha and Keith stunned, heartbroken. Keith falls to his knees. Grisha numbly stares and then says, "Eren, you'll avenge her. You must." And Keith looks up at Grisha confused. "I know that you can. Let's go." A confused Keith asks Grisha,
"Hold on. Where are you going?"
We see Grisha leading Eren into the forest, holding his hand. Grisha tells Keith, "Please don't follow us." Keith gets up to continue asking,
"Grisha, why not avenge Carla yourself? I know you could do it. All this time, you were the one who was special. I know that I never was. But what if that boy is the same as me? What if he isn't a chosen one either? Is Eren next? Will you curse him too now?"
Grisha turns around and bluntly tells Keith, "This child isn't like you, Keith. Eren is my son. Please don't get involved. This is a family affair." Grisha and Eren walk away as Keith just watches. The scene changes to a wide shot of the forest, and then we see the bright transformation in the center of the forest. Keith, noticing, says,
"That light."
Keith becomes curious and searches through the forest. And as Keith searches deeper in the forest, he finally stumbles upon something. He sees Eren resting on the grass. The scene changes to Keith placing Eren back where he was resting, next to Mikasa and Armin. And Keith narrates,
"After I found you, I carried your unconscious body back to the shelter and left. And that is everything I know."
And we now return to Commandant Keith Sardis' office at the training grounds, and Eren reacts to Keith's story. "So that's it. I see." Keith stares into the eyes of Eren. Hanji reacts as well.
At least now I know the real person you chose to resign. Not to atone for all the soldiers you got killed, but because you realize that you're not a special snowflake. Just a delusional, self-centered child.
However, Captain Levi interrupts. "Lay off him, Hanji." But Hanji disregards and continues her disappointment in the Commandant.
You had no right to keep this all to yourself, just to spare your own ego. We pledge to give our lives and our hearts for the good of mankind.
Hanji proudly stands up and salutes. But Eren tells Hanji, "Please, let it go, Commander." Hanji and the others look at Eren. The Commandant was right. Just like him, I was never special. Looks like I was just the son of a man who was. That's all there is to it. The Commandant, Sadis, continues his story.
After I yelled at her, this is what your mother said back.
Go ahead, Lex.
Why should anyone have to be special? That just isn't the way I like to look at things. And when it comes to my child, I don't care if he grows up to be great. My son doesn't have to be better than anyone. After all, just look at him. He's so cute. I think Aaron's special enough already. For no other reason than that he was born into this world.
Keith continues.
And you, just like your father wanted, chose to set your life ablaze and let it burn to ashes outside the walls.
And now, as we see present Aaron on his horse, looking up into the cloudy blue sky, we go back to see past events. We see that determined young Aaron ready to kill all Titans in his cadet training. But we see the Commandant in his office defecting Aaron's training belt. We see the Commandant surprised by Aaron's tenacity to stay balanced, even for a moment, with the defective gear. Keith continues.
I tried, but in the end, it all came to nothing. I couldn't change a thing. I'm merely a bystander.
The scouts continue their mission as they prepare to retake Walmaria, to be continued.
They really,
he said the word.
They really rolled credits.
Bystander.
Yeah.
Bystander.
I was going to say, they really rolled credits right when he said it, too.
Yeah, they did.
Mic drop.
You know? Wow. So, talking about this portion of the episode, right? Mm-hmm. We get some, again, very impactful quotes from the characters.
We also get to see what happened in the in-between, because we saw, the Titan transformation in some past memories, but we didn't see how they got there, how they got to the forest, who was involved.
We get more background information on Aaron actually obtaining the
And Keith started the story by saying, this is of no use to mankind at all.
And what pisses me the hell off is that this man was like, whatever Grisha went, oh well.
Yeah, and then the fact too, we see that Hanji literally gets so pissed off
in the distance, and I just decided
go grab this child and bring it back. Don't investigate further or tell anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, you know what?
Blood and glass.
I love it too when Hanji goes and she just freaking lays into Keith, right, and stuff, because Hanji herself, I mean. In this point,
screams hurt my throat, and I had to go into Carla, and she's so soft spoken. Yeah. But the way that Hanji yells is very it's very angry grunting.
I loved it. Yeah, I absolutely love the intensity.
You could just feel how aggressive she's being. You could feel how she just hates how stubborn, and she just it despises Keith's thinking.
Yeah.
Because you're not some special little snowflake. Right.
I do want to say here, though, that we do get some perhaps clarity over on one of our Q&A responses, right? Mm-hmm. And it is a moment again. Obviously, again, Walmaria was breached. We get even more details saying that Shiganshina district was demolished, right? Mm-hmm. And then the fear sets in when they say that they're coming for Trost next. Mm-hmm. Keith, understandably so, is frozen in place because he understands that there's a certain person he cares about over in Shiganshina, right? Mm-hmm. And obviously that is Carla.
Yeah.
Right? And when you hear that Shiganshina district was literally demolished, right? You gotta think that every person involved was also demolished.
Your mind just immediately jumps to the worst.
But then, to his surprise, someone calls out to him, and that is Grisha, right?
Mm-hmm. And you would think, of all people who knows where Carla is, it would have to be her husband.
Yeah. But
to me, it was more if I'm here and you're here, then who's with them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's a great point too, because if you have a breach, right, and you, especially in this moment here, we're going to go ahead and talk about it, but Keith obviously regards Grisha as a special person who I mean, we'll talk about it, but I mean, essentially, he's like, he thinks that Grisha would be the one to go ahead and protect Carla, right?
Timothy.
I know.
And so it's just one of those things where, man, like, we go ahead and see that moment, but then we immediately go ahead and change to the moment where the passing of the guard is going to happen, right? Keith himself is also in this mix. He obviously is involved. He is there. Whether that is Grisha's doing or not, right? Who knows? Maybe Keith just was adamant of going, right, and trying to help. Who knows what Grisha told him in that kind of in between moment there? We don't see again those details. But they go ahead and they get Eren. Grisha gets Eren. He has his kind of motivation and stuff. You know, he understands what he needs to do. He understands that because again, moments before he finds Keith, he stole the founding titan, right?
Yeah.
And so,
oh yeah, that was all so close together. Oh my god,
Yeah.
all the timelines like totally messed me up. But yeah,
so
you're
it's
right.
like while the breach was happening, that's when Grisha had to go ahead and fulfill his part of the plan, part of Eren Kruger's plan, right? And so now that Grisha kind of has this but he has this founding titan clarity in his mind, right? And he knows that he has to go ahead and pass this down over to his son.
He sees life from a bigger overall humanity perspective, not just a Grisha perspective.
And I do want to go ahead and ask you guys when we get to that point, but you know what? He says something that makes Keith very curious, right? And obviously, in terms of my first point here, right, about perhaps he does care about, or he does love Carla, because the first thing he asks Eren as Eren is waking up is, why wasn't your mother with you?
Yeah.
Right? That could be interpreted in different ways. Obviously, he's asking because he cares, whether that's caring from affection or whether that's caring because, again, it's part of the plan. Maybe, again, like you mentioned, Zach, about how it's like the idea, this plan, this kind of disclaimer or whatever it was, right, was that Eren and Carla are kind of like the tools in place that he has, right, and stuff, right? And
or he could also be asking to be like, you need protection. You are a key to this plan. So where was Carla to protect you?
Yeah.
Or he could be asking that because now that he's got the founding titan, he has the attack titan. Like, he may know very well that Carla's like Dunzo here. Like he might just know, especially with the new powers he's got. He's like, she's supposed to be gone now. Yeah. And this is what's gonna drive Eren to join the scouts.
Yeah.
So, Eren, where's your mother?
Yeah.
And trying to gauge, be like, how
the first thing he said after this, you'll avenge her.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Trying to gauge how Eren is responding to it.
He wants
like,
to make sure
I need your
Eren's
vengeance.
ready to join the scout.
I need that to light a fire underneath you so that you have consistent, like, just so that you are committed.
And that goes along, right, with the same narrative early on spoken, where it's like, as we're going through the responses, as we're finding out a little bit more in theory about Grisha and his, again, manipulations, is that, man, this could be very much his tool that he's using, right? This is his way of instilling in Eren, this is your motivation. Use this, allow it to drive you, and that's one step closer. That's going to
be
Eren.
The anime original ending.
Yeah.
It's going to be Grisha was alive all along somehow. He was in control the whole time.
Somehow, yeah.
He's thing.
Yeah, he's the Jiminy Cricket for sure.
He actually is the path's tree. He's the tree.
Yeah.
He's the plant.
Yeah.
But damn it. You know what? Whatever they're talking here, whatever language they're speaking, this has Keith's very, very curious, right? Because when Grisha starts saying, avenging her, you know, like, I know that you can, let's go, Keith is like, whoa, hold on. Where are you going?
Are you going to go fight that Titan right now?
And then, you know, again, Grisha, and this is where I kind of wanted to go ahead and mention to you guys, right? I didn't want to get, too far ahead of myself, but with him now having this founding Titan ability, and we see Grisha in this kind of state where he's very much kind of like
calm.
He's very just,
to me, he
not
looks composed and glazed over.
Yeah,
like, there's not
glazed
much
is a great word. I was going. I described it as really I described it as numb, right? But
yeah, same thing.
You know what? Numb is kind of like can be in different ways where it's like kind of like, you know, I'm thinking
Numb can be like in shock or can be like, I don't care.
The most common
he's not in shock here.
Attack on Titan.
He's not in shock
He
here.
looks like either glazed or hyper focused on one particular thing.
Yes. And so I wanted to ask you both, is he in this kind of state of mind, this kind of demeanor, right? This focused, glazed kind of expression that he has, right? Is this because of this founding Titan, and it's because of now we're one step closer to the plan? Boom, boom, boom. Staying focused.
Most definitely. I think it's also a combination of like he is understanding like what he just did. He just got manipulated by future Eren to kill all these kids and destroy this family to take the founding, and that obviously is taking a toll on him. And it's like, wow, I really just did that. Anyways, Eren, where's your mom? Okay, you need to avenge her. Let's just focus on the plan.
Let's just get this over with, and let's
And I feel like part of it is you have to realize too. He's probably coming to terms with the fact he's like, I'm gonna die right now.
Yeah.
Like my life ceases right now. Like I'm done. So on top of all this shit that I did, at least I can go out with a bang.
Yeah.
Or I guess a lightning bolt.
Looking at chat real quick, but yeah. So Josh is kind of mentioning too about how pretty sure that he was worried about Carla's safety and wanted to know because future Eren didn't show him, right? And I guess
show him what happened to Carla.
Right? But then his Grisha and L, he had a queen, Carla. She's so fine. I definitely treat her right.
I definitely treat her
She
right.
doesn't like Flock, okay?
Yeah.
But then Josh too is it's kind of like what you were literally just describing, Zach, is that he's at the end of his life. And I feel like he knows he did his part, and now he has to hand it off to Eren.
Yeah, he's just like, all right.
Because we know
over it. Let's get this done.
This is where the spoiler warning comes in. We know from what we've seen that based on his interaction with Zeke, adult Zeke, obviously.
Yeah. Grisha's interaction?
Yes. From Eren kind of taking them back into the past memories and letting them interact. Like we understand that Grisha in that moment too, he still probably had experience. That Grisha that we see is still the one that saw Zeke.
Yeah.
Like it's just on a repeat.
Yeah.
So he's probably just like all of this shit going through his head at once, and he's just like, and on top of it all, I'm dying. So fuck it.
So let me
I'm like, fuck it. So because this is literally Eren just being like, kill them all. Like he knows exactly what's going on. He's like, Eren, is your mom dead? Where's your mom? She's dead? Okay, let's go avenge her. Come on.
You need to avenge her, so let's go.
Like this is Grisha also
Don't
like
follow us.
mentally exhausted, being like, okay, I'm tapping out. I'm done. Like I'm sure he could have held the founding a bit longer, but with everything that happened, he's probably like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Let's just get this done.
Yeah.
I understand that this needs to happen. I get it, but I don't need to be a part of it anymore, and I refuse to be a part of it anymore.
You know what? And this could start a completely different tangent here, but this is very much demeanor. It reminds me of Ymir, and essentially like, look, I'm done. Just go ahead and like, I owe you guys my life. Just take it and just, I'm done with this, you know? Like,
no, I agree. It's very much the same to that.
Yeah.
Where Ymir in her head, she's like, I've done what I've needed to.
Yeah.
Do what you must.
Yeah. And then Josh is even saying at this point, I mean, he's probably seen everything that's going to play on how it's going to happen, right? And so at this point, he's probably just like, damn. Like,
that is true. He probably did get a vision of the rumbling too, and he's probably like
getting all of that and then being like,
which is again why he even expresses to Zeke, right? Because we understand that this is his first time seeing Zeke since he
left him,
was removed from Marley, right? Since he left him, and this is a way of him kind of also atoning for that because he even apologizes to Zeke, right?
Yeah,
and then he tells Zeke that he needs to stop Eren Yeager. Eren is in control now. And that's when Zeke realizes, oh shit, I'm not the one pulling the strings here.
I was never.
Right, and that's when there is that. Remind me, but isn't there a moment where there's like almost like an earthquake effect, where it's like kind of like
like a little rumbling on the screen?
Yeah,
I believe so, because I believe they're talking about that, and Grisha has that realization moment, and then that's when Eren shows up.
Yeah. And then Eren obviously has that kind of look of just like, you could tell he's just a sinister, sick mother effer, you know. Like,
and that's when, because now that Zeke knows, Eren's like, well, shit, no point hiding anymore. And he just kind of phases into reality.
So, do you think that Grisha died not knowing that the Titan that killed Carla was okay? Not.
You can go ahead and say the question and ask Zach and let you guys talk about it. And I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna go ahead and hear the question again and get my point.
Okay.
Aye.
Right, he's gone.
Oh my God, do you want to talk about the secrets?
Let me just start outing him. Okay, no, but I was going to ask, do you think that Grisha died not knowing that the Titan that killed Carla was Dinah?
I think he knew.
Because Eren didn't, I mean, at least just from what Josh is saying, he didn't, like, he wasn't shown, Grisha wasn't shown how Carla died. He just knows that she's dead. But he didn't show, Eren didn't show Grisha how.
Well, I feel like at this point, when he has the founding and the Attack Titan, and Eren's also kind of like simultaneously in his head. Mm-hmm. I feel like at any point in time before, or even just up to him getting eaten, he very well could have just been given the memory of it.
Yeah.
And then been like, well, shit.
And
like,
just like asks
it all comes full circle.
And then just like asks Eren, knowing full well what happened.
Mm-hmm. And it damn well could be too that he was shown that before he saw Zeke. Mm-hmm. And that's also why, because when he first sees Zeke, he's very much in like he's already in that glazed kind of like
not even just like
state.
what he had just did was just murder a family and everything, but yeah.
I'm gonna need to go ahead and take a couple steps back here. I need to
the question.
Find out the question.
So the question I asked was, do you think Grisha died not knowing that the Titan that ate Carla was Dinah?
Ooh, that's a great question.
And this is what my response was basically. Now that he's been wielding the Attack Titan and the founding, and Eren and Zeke are visiting him from the paths, like there's no way that he hasn't been in one way or another shown that memory just out of the blue. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's also on top of him murdering a whole family, on top of him seeing Zeke, on top of him seeing Eren as an adult.
Yeah.
He sees that, and to him, that's just like, I don't even care about that because of all
like
this is happening.
More stuff, cool.
And that's also why he probably says it so bluntly to Eren, like, where's your mother? Yeah. Like, because there's not much emotion in that voice when you hear it.
Yeah, there definitely isn't.
He's like, where's your mother?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he knows. He knows.
Even when he I think it's kind of funny that he tells Keith that don't get involved. It's a family affair.
That's one thing too. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh,
yeah.
Why? Oh,
because it is a family affair with.
Because my ex-wife just munched on my current wife.
With not only my current family, with my past family. I just saw Zeke, my ex-wife, that is
crazy. The layers, right? The layers that are involved.
My current wife.
Yeah.
Like an onion. Like an ogre.
Cool. Ogres are like onions, yeah.
And ogres
onions
have
are like
layers.
Yeah.
And ogres are like Attack on Titan.
Yes.
I mean, I guess in theory that, right? I mean, Grisha had to have seen that memory, right? Grisha had to have seen it in some capacity.
Yes. Now, I understand that it isn't essential that he needs to know that it was Dinah, but that's just how I personally feel like at this point, with all the information he was just given,
it's probably just like, all right.
He's probably just doesn't care about it.
He doesn't have time to react to it. He's just like, okay, I just need to do what's left in the plan.
He literally goes, I need to die.
Yeah, and Josh says, we don't know. It's just a theory, to be honest. We only know that Grisha saw the rumbling. Yeah, we don't really know what Grisha saw.
Yeah.
When his friends are chasing him in the paths, why is Eren a kid and they are adults? Because that's when Eren got changed into the plan when he was a kid.
Well, that too. When they're all trying to chase him into the path.
Yeah.
He's also a kid because he's also trying to manipulate Ymir through having a similar childish look.
Yeah.
Like he's like, this is how I once was. Look at how bright-eyed and bushy-tailed I am. And like that's also him trying to, in any way, shape, or form, get to Ymir. Yeah. That's why I think he was a child at least. But I did want to look at these.
Eren allowed his dad to reconcile with his lost son before he died. Very complex. Yeah, he did allow that, which is
crazy. Yeah.
Also a little sprinkle of like suffer a little more, but also atone, I guess.
It could be three things. It could be suffer, it could be atone, and it could be, well, I know you're about to die, so I'm about to eat you.
Yeah.
Let me give you something.
Obviously, Eren didn't foresee Grisha passing along that message to Zeke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I did want to touch on what I Repent says at the very top, but we haven't gotten to that part yet.
Are you talking about
Sada's messing with the...
Oh, yeah.
He was the one messing with the gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's the one who sabotaged Eren's gear.
So we'll go ahead and we'll continue on this segueing here, right? So
okay, yeah. I didn't want to jump too quick ahead. I just wanted it to still be there before it's gone.
I can always go ahead and scroll down in here too.
Yeah.
To go ahead and find it.
And I saw it too, and I was like, oh, we're not there yet.
I know, me too. I was like, okay, remember it. Me with my 7 concussions. I was like, keep it in mind.
But yeah. So anyways, that Aaron explains to his father, and obviously Keith is there as well, right? That pretty much mom was trapped in the Titanator, right? And then again, Grisha himself still very much kind of just like in that glazed state as Zach has described. Yeah. But Keith himself is heartbroken. He falls to his knees, right? And then we get that point where, like you guys talked about, where like here's the mission, like look, you will avenge her, you must, right? And we get the confusion from Keith, and then Keith wants to know more. Grisha's not telling him, right? Grisha goes and has those hard-hitting words to Keith, right? About how, well, I should say before that, this is interesting here. Keith is telling Grisha, why not avenge her yourself? I know you could do it. All this time, you were the one who was special. I know that I never was. But what if that boy is the same as me? What if he isn't a chosen one either? Is Aaron next? Will you curse him too next? Now, those words there, right, had me thinking, there's no way that Keith had any idea about how special Grisha really is, right? Grisha didn't disclose any of the information, right? This is just him.
No, I feel like at that point, Keith is just saying that in the sense of like, you got Carla. You're the special one. Yeah. You got the life that I wanted. I suffered for it. I suffered because I thought I was special because of what you said. Are you going to make Aaron suffer because he's going to think he's special too?
Yeah.
It's more in that sense.
But why is he saying, though, that you are the one who can avenge her? Like, why is he saying that?
He's a fucking adult and Aaron's a kid.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, in terms of logically.
It's more of like if you really loved her, you would be the one to do it.
Because I'm thinking of like from what we already know.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
also because we know how Keith perceives Grisha. We know that Keith perceives Grisha as this chosen one, has a perfect life. Yeah. Grass is the greenest on his side, is what Keith is saying. So he's thinking, oh, you would be the perfect candidate to do this thing because nothing ever goes wrong for you.
Yeah, and that too, like I said, like you have to realize Keith doesn't know jack shit. All Keith knows is I fucked up as a commander, I didn't get the woman I loved, and the man that I saved got her.
Yeah.
And he told me I was special and he was wrong. He's the one who's special because he got the life I wanted.
Yeah.
So why are you gonna damn your own son to the same fucking fate as you did to me when you're a grown-ass man and you can do it yourself? If you really loved this woman, you would feel the urge to do it yourself like I do.
Yeah.
And he's saying this to Grisha, knowing what Carla said to him about Aaron, being like, my son's special because he was born into this world. He doesn't need to be this special. He doesn't need to be special. He's good enough the way he is. Doesn't need to be better than anyone else.
Yeah.
And he's probably thinking, damn, Aaron has been raised by by the mother's ideals, thinking no one needs to be special. Now Grisha's gonna come in and put this like, toxic idea of like, you need to be special, you'll avenge her.
No, not you need to be. You are. You need to live up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Great point. Again, for me, like my mindset, like I said, where it's coming from a mindset of what we already all know, but in terms of logically, it makes sense. We're like, look, why are you telling this child to go and avenge her? Like,
what I'm saying is manipulators, no manipulators, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, as a manipulator, actually know.
This is what I would do, and I feel like that's what Grisha would do. I'm gonna manipulate you all into thinking that that's what Grisha did.
We got all steps covered.
I want to say though that
full
circle.
We're having some good chat here. Where
Jesus.
Yeah, Josh is saying some. So you guys are both saying some really.
So Josh was starting kind of like over the top. It says Aaron's very delusional at that point, right?
Yeah.
Reverted back to his childish, selfish ideology. This is about the paths, right? And being in a child form, right? So it's only right that he sees
that makes sense.
That he's in his kid form, right? And then Heisei asks, why does Aaron get emotional in this series if he knows everything that happens? And Josh says he doesn't know everything, right? He only sees glimpses. He simply just knows that he's on a set of tracks leading to one end.
Yeah.
Keith is very envious, and this is, I think, talking about kind of what we were talking. Keith is very envious. He's a very envious person, but at the same time, he's selfless and gave up his position to somebody more fit, right? Like Irvin.
Like he's still like realistic. He's just coming to terms with it.
Yeah, definitely. And we agree, I say that, Josh is making a lot of sense.
Explanation.
You know what?
Yeah, great job, very Josh. Well. We're going to have you on the pod.
Josh. Yeah, for sure. And he continues, future Aaron knows basically everything, but future Aaron doesn't even show current Aaron everything. Yeah, and again, that's some manipulation tactics, right? He go ahead and he says, I kind of picture future Aaron as the Attack Titan itself.
Yeah,
I would picture future Aaron as the founding Titan itself.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, I wholeheartedly agree, but I would just replace future with Attack with Founding.
Founding.
Because I feel like once Aaron really taps into powers of the founding Titan, that's when we see the biggest shift in his personality and dynamics.
Yeah.
But also, I Repent has read all the way to the end of the manga.
That is true.
He knows.
Don't be spoiling.
He knows all.
Yeah.
You're future Aaron.
You are Aaron.
You manipulator. He's guiding us down the wrong path, so when we actually get it released, we're going to be like...
Which I'm perfectly fine with.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. You know?
But I want to be right.
The less I know, the better. But yeah.
Tame Impala.
Yeah, Tame Impala.
Tame Impala.
But yeah, and so then with Keith and his concerns and him trying to explain to Grisha as far as like, look, what you can't do to this kid, right? Grisha simply tells him, this child is not like you, Keith. He's my son. Don't get involved. This is a family affair, right? Very much to the point. Again, very blunt. Keith has no choice but to just watch them walk away into that forest. And the next thing Keith notices is this light. And this obviously cannot be the first time he sees. Well, maybe it is. I was going to say, because he obviously sees Titans outside, but they don't transform.
This is 100% the first time he
He
wasn't in Shiganshina.
Yeah.
He has no idea about the lightning. He just sees it randomly.
He doesn't even know that the breach was from these abnormal.
Yeah.
He just knows there was a breach.
Yeah. So this is the first time that he's seeing this light. Obviously, what catches his curiosity, and so he goes in there to go ahead and search and see, and then he finds Aaron, right? Obviously not Grisha. He sees Aaron, and he goes and he returns Aaron back to where he was, which was obviously, as they mentioned here, back at this shelter, right, from where all these the people that survived the breach, went to. And now I want to go ahead and get to Hanji and her frustrations, right? Because it makes a lot of sense. Why should we be pissed off? Because like we literally were talking about, like, this is a story that you've been keeping to yourself this entire time.
Whole time. We're giving it. I think it's been like what? How long?
Well, we know that there's been little time lapses and stuff, right?
Well, it's been at this point 3 years since the breach itself.
5
years since the breach itself.
So he's been holding on to that story for 5 years. And if they hadn't confronted him, he would have taken that shit to his grave.
Yeah.
Well, this is of no use to you guys at all. Why you guys want to know this?
Thank you, John.
It is of use.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, thank you, John.
Somehow making us realize that we need
exactly
this man. Thank you, Horseface.
What was the point that we wanted to get to before with Josh and he mentioned?
About him tampering.
Sawdust messing with
okay, we'll get to that.
ODM gear for training.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that. Thanks for reminding me.
When you get to it, yeah.
So, but anyway, so yeah, Hanji and her frustrations, right? So Hanji, she says pretty much like, well, at least now we know the real reason why you chose to resign, right? She says that it's not to atone for all the soldiers that you got killed, but because you realized you're not a special snowflake, right? Just a delusional, self-centered child. And again, this is the manipulation that Grisha had, the effect that he had over on Keith, right? He changed Keith's entire mindset to thinking that he is this special person. He is this chosen one. He is this person who is meant to go ahead and lead. And maybe that was kind of like the factor that had him go ahead and pursue and get this promotion. Maybe it was all just Grisha involved and stuff, because maybe he was complacent with where he was. Maybe Keith was complacent with how life was and stuff, right? But those words, chosen one, you know what? You're right. I am destined for bigger things. I am the special person, right? In reality, again, it was just manipulation.
Yeah.
Right?
And one thing, and I love Hanji, but this shows how much, it feels like they weren't the only ones who were really listening to his story were Levi and Aaron.
Yeah. Hanji's
ripping him a new one.
Yeah.
When Hanji could have easily just realized if she was really paying attention, holy shit, this man thought that he was ready to lead and he realized he wasn't.
Yeah.
And that is more than a good enough reason to step down.
And
it's a very much
could have connected the whole she could have been focusing more on the whole Grisha and Aaron aspect.
Yeah.
Instead of just being wow, so you're not special.
But I think what it is too is that with Hanji we understand that she wears her heart in her sleeve, and she cares so much about, especially as she's in this leadership role here, which again, Aaron refers to Hanji as commander.
Yeah.
Right? So
and she's kind of impulsive when she speaks too.
Yeah.
Especially when it has to do with
She's very sporadic. She's very sporadic.
She is very bright, so I don't want to say she doesn't think before she speaks. She's just she's an impulsive.
Well, she acts off emotion for sure sometimes, because there's even times where she has to take a step back and she has to be like she has to apologize herself, you know?
I guarantee if they had gone for like another 5-10 minutes, Hanji would have eventually been like, what I said was out of line.
Been like, that was a lot of pocket. My bad.
This is interesting here that Josh is saying that Hanji has had 2 canonically crushes, one being Peak and the other being Keith.
No.
The more you know.
Really?
Whoa.
I like how no one is surprised by Peak. Everyone just everyone has a crush on Peak.
I will say that Josh just say to our what we kind of mentioned earlier. Josh says, "I'm not spoiling. I promise."
No, I know. I just like giving you a hard time. I do like what he said though about it's funny knowing that the Attack Titan has been leading up to this moment for 2,000 years to get to Eren.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and every time he turns into a Titan, I like to think that he loses some of his humanity. And this is Hisib, by the way, he's saying that I love Eren a lot, but when in season 4, he's just badass and all. But when that happens, I just feel like he lost all his humanity.
Yeah, I agree.
I love that, but I would argue that his humanity started fading once he started accessing founding Titan powers.
The moment he
punches that big Titan hand and sends a bunch of Titans, starts commanding Titans. Yeah. That's when he starts slowly losing his humanity.
I feel like it was like the moment that, I mean, obviously there's spurts of him feeling sorry for himself, and it's like, okay, dude. I feel like it was the moment, once he kissed Krista's or Historia's hand.
That one really set him on his path, but I really think the moment that fucked him up mentally was when Rod Rice placed his hand with Historia over in that underground cavern and had him atone for his father's sins.
Yeah. That's what I was saying about moments that he has that feel sorry for himself. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's when he's like, whoa, because that's when he got the rush of everything, it's a great point, Heisey. That's a great kind of
and this is all relatively close in time, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that just going
I like that aspect of it where it's like every time he is transforming, he's just losing that humanity in himself. And it's especially again, like you said, in season 4, I mean, he's very much this monster of a Titan for sure. But I do want to go ahead and get to finally the point that we were going to go ahead and make.
Finally.
Hanji does have her reasons to go ahead and be upset. We understand she acts on emotion and stuff like that, right? But she's also very bright. She understands when she's wrong, and maybe this is a moment where she's going to reflect and be like, damn, you know what? I focused on the wrong things, right?
Yeah.
But then we get to the words here. Commandant Sades continues the story and saying that because we understand in the story, he stops at a certain moment. Mm-hmm. And that is when Carla, right? Mm-hmm. What her response is to Keith and his, emotional outburst, right? And we talked about it. He had every reason to go ahead and feel that way because he was at his absolute rock bottom, right? And he came across a person that he didn't expect to go ahead and see, and that would be, Carla, a person that he has a lot of affection towards. And when she's saying some hard-hitting things about wanting to go ahead and have him stop before he killed himself.
Yeah, and her words already carry a lot of weight for him. And just for it to be a hard-hitting phrase or a hard-hitting topic on top of how much weight her words carry anyways, that's like doubling down.
Yeah, and then for him, again, like Josh even mentioned, like he had an emotional breakdown.
Yeah.
He had a mental breakdown. And then he went ahead and he lashed out. But we finally get that response from Carla. And that is, sorry, I lost my spot. There's Hanji. And he says, this is what your mother said back.
Yeah.
Says, why should anyone have to be special?
Completely like turns his world upside down.
Yeah.
Like,
that just isn't the way I like to look at things.
I was manipulated.
And when it comes to my child, I don't care if he grows up to be great. My son doesn't have to be better than anyone. Right? She says he thinks Eren is special enough for no other reason than that he was born into this world. Again, like, those are some impactful words.
Yeah. Especially from Carla.
I'm sorry, Josh.
Yeah,
that's out
Josh
of pocket,
is.
bro.
Yeah, surprised Carla ain't snapped back and said, "This is why I picked Grisha."
That's out of pocket. For real. That's out of pocket. I would have loved that. I would have.
That would have crumbled that man.
I would have cried laughing.
I feel like he was in such a vulnerable place, mentally and emotionally, that he would have he had a mental breakdown there. He lashed out. Who knows what he would have done if she would have said
if
that.
she lashed back at him.
You want to know what I think he realized in that
There would
moment?
have been a public execution.
Yeah, literally.
Do you want to know what I think he realized in the moment when she said that to him?
Drop kick the baby.
Oh my God.
Where can I put this child? No, I think in that moment, Keith realized, he was like, holy shit, I've been letting something that this man told me that I genuinely don't care much for carry so much weight when the woman that I actually care about feels completely different.
Yeah.
Like he didn't.
Why are you guys together?
Like he realized that he didn't even fucking take into account what she thinks.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Keith.
For real, man just got his therapy session. He's good now.
Yeah.
He emptied his skeletons.
But yeah, I mean, again, impactful words from Carla. And then Keith continues and he says that just like your father, you chose to set your life ablaze and let it burn to ashes outside the walls. And we get, again, that montage, a little bit of past events, right? Of how they played out. We understand Eren had, despite his aspirations to be amongst the top of his class, he obviously wanted to be the scout. He wanted to go ahead and kill these Titans, right? But for whatever reason, we see early on in that season that he was struggling with the training. And why was he struggling? Is because a certain person was looking out for him, trying to prevent him from furthering into the scouts, right?
Yeah.
But then he saw that this kid was so damn determined that he was not going to fail. There was no failure in this kid, right?
Yeah.
And so to go ahead and go back to like
I vaguely remember what he was saying. Basically, he was saying that because, like, Sardis wasn't doing that out of, like...
Oh, no, I exactly remember. So
I don't want
Sardis
the kid
sabotaged Eren's gear because Carla never wanted him to join the scouts.
Yeah, he was doing
And he was like,
it
I can
for
stop him from joining the
Carla's
scouts.
wishes,
Yeah,
not for
I can
his own
carry on
intent.
Carla's will for her and stop Eren from joining the scouts.
Because...
And then he was proven wrong by Grisha yet again, because Eren, even with that busted gear, is able to hold his balance. And that's when Sardis really realized, he's like, holy shit,
Yeah,
Eren is special, just like his father, just like what his father told me that
Sardis
day.
realized that he's merely a bystander.
yeah, exactly, right? The bystander moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn. But
I do like that. I do like that thought, though. I repent, or Josh. I like that analysis. The whole, like, he did that out of wanting to carry on Carla's wishes. And
I loved that.
It was,
When
fruitless.
Josh said that, I was like, fuck.
And that's why I was like, okay, we're not there yet, but I want to get back to it.
yeah, because it was a great point.
I don't know if you saw me, but I looked at it and I went,
Oh, I did not. I think I probably read it like 10 seconds later than you.
I looked at it and I just went,
and I was like,
oh, hold it in.
I was like, try to remember it.
Don't jump.
Yeah. Hi, sisters.
Yeah.
Speaking of breakdowns, it really pisses me off when Eren is having one after Sasha passes that buffoon Connie, right? Said that he laughed. That makes me so hard. I'm getting mad thinking of it when Connie said that. What moment is this?
But did he laugh? Did Eren really laugh?
Oh, when Sasha, okay, when she,
when Sasha got
when
shot.
when she died, yeah.
Was Eren laughing, or was it like a... That doesn't... sometimes it can't be perceived as a laugh.
It could be misconstrued for sure.
It could be more of just like a... Like, not like a, this is funny laugh, more of just like a, wow, this is crazy, I have no more emotion left laugh. Or...
It's just literally a mental breakdown. It's a snap. He snapped and... I'm sure everyone's been in a position where they've laughed at something where they shouldn't have laughed at because they didn't know how else to react.
Yeah, because you don't know how to react.
Because Eren's probably like we've all said multiple times, Eren does not know everything that's gonna happen. He's just put on the tracks, and he's probably like, he probably doesn't know exactly who dies and who lives. He probably doesn't.
He doesn't know the details. He just knows the.
He knows the end story, but he doesn't understand.
He just knows what he has to do to get that end result.
Yeah.
In a broad scheme, not the specific.
Damn, Josh is he's. I love it, Josh. To be fair, Connie wasn't there when Eren laughed, and when Hannes died, right? So he doesn't know that Eren laughs when he breaks down.
Josh, you were so freaking smart.
Remember when Hannes died, all Eren could do was literally just laugh. And he obviously was in tears as he was doing it, right?
It was like hysterical.
Damn.
It's a hysterical laughter, which to the point where hysteria does not need to be something that's comical. It's just he's hysterically laughing.
Yeah.
He has no other reaction. His body's forcing him to do it.
Yeah.
and Connie doesn't realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Connie, Connie still has that.
I feel like Connie takes things said to him and actions towards him and emotions very face value and very literal.
Yeah. No,
You know?
yeah, very much very literal. And he's also a very emotional person that he takes it to heart.
Yeah.
He's a very big-hearted character.
But I do think that if Connie had been there,
coping mechanism.
Yes,
great.
Yes, coping mechanism. I do think that if Connie had been there when he saw how Aaron reacted to Hannes dying, Connie would have been much more understanding. I'll give Connie that credit. But the fact that he wasn't there.
It also seems like Connie was trying to villainize him more, because knowing that, like, oh, Aaron betrayed us, and being like, oh yeah, he chuckled this one time, and it like villainizing him even more, being like, well, people respond to death, especially when it's a close, like, loved one, very differently.
And Connie just never really had that experience.
Great job, Josh. You were really just having
Josh, you were on fire today, bro.
You were just having a spiral today.
Hell
you
yeah.
were having
Love it.
great.
And we haven't even spiraled about Aaron being the father.
Yeah. Well, we'll have plenty of time to do that.
Yeah.
When it happens.
Yeah, that'll be plenty of time. And then as we kind of, again, as I mentioned at the start of this episode, we kind of close a chapter here, right? And now we're going to go ahead and move on to a very crazy chapter, and that is the scouts preparing their mission to head back to Shiganshina to go ahead and retake Walmaria. And we know that we're getting real close to a moment here where shit is scary. Shit is scary, where we think a certain episode is closing. We think we're going to get a credits, and all of a sudden things happen. We see some things we don't freaking understand, and I'm excited to go ahead and talk about that. I want to find a way where we can go ahead and display that for us to go ahead and see that scene again, because I could be wrong, but it's coming up very shortly.
I know.
It's when they literally are heading to the walls, are heading to Shiganshina. The episode ends, but then we get our freak out moment.
You're saying you want to play that? You want to play that clip?
Next episode, actually. It's on episode 12.
Is it next episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
But obviously, we split it up into parts.
Yeah.
It's not going to be next episode. You want to play that clip,
right?
I want to find a way to go ahead and at least get the sound, at least, whatever, because it'd be so freaking cool.
We can do it.
Yeah, because you were able
talk to Nate.
I'll say we can do it, or Nate can do it.
No, Nate can do it. We can talk to Nate.
Can coach us.
Thank you, Nate.
Yeah.
Nate can walk us through it, or Nate can just do it. And I'm assuming that we can
Nate
also
is the Aaron
utilize.
In our lives.
We can utilize probably this guy right here too. In one way or another.
Yeah. Soundbite.
Yeah.
Because again, that moment is it's a moment we have to go ahead and really focus on for sure.
It was like the one ending that we didn't skip.
Yeah.
Because we were like, there's still so much left. What's going on?
Yeah.
And then just the glitching out in the freaking Beast Titan face.
Jaws.
In your screen.
My jaw was just like.
It's a good thing we weren't watching it when you had this giant TV. It's a good thing we were watching it when you had the little one, because I would have been freaked out.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching and just being like, okay.
See, cool. Josh says that I've never actually went frame by frame with this, so it'll be yeah.
We're gonna look at the impact frames. I'm gonna become such a nerd.
So it'd be cool for us to really focus, do a deep dive over on this, and then we get to go ahead and see how it correlates and what it foreshadows and what it means for stuff that we have already seen, and maybe things will have a little bit of a clearer picture. It's gonna be fun to go ahead and talk about.
Excited.
It might take us a two-parter, maybe because some of these episodes, again, they're really juicy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of content, and
then
we've been splitting
the whole
them into 3.
ending part on its own.
Yeah. So like this itself, we focus on literally just this part, which is literally a fraction of an episode. This is a third, right? And we've
been going on for
2.5 hours.
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
I think what I want to do is I want to rewatch that little clip. I think I might do it myself, just frame by frame.
Yeah, just go ahead and
there's enough for us to do just a whole episode on it.
No, that's what I was thinking.
We might just be.
Yeah, we can go ahead.
We could probably split up the normal episode in half.
However the episode ends, and then we go ahead and we see it, we can go ahead and use it as a segue and be like, look, next episode.
Yeah.
Solely focused on that.
And we can talk more about it after, but I think what we can do is if we do want to do it like that.
Yeah.
And just have that be its own separate entity, we can use that bottom right screen where you guys see chat right now and throw up each frame. One after another, after another, after another.
Yeah.
Which
I said, what scene are we talking about? And this is the scene where we go ahead and we get that cluster of crazy
closing
little
glitch scene at the end of the next episode.
Yeah, it's a closing for sure, like Zach said, a closing glitch scene, of just crazy stuff. Foreshadowing stuff.
Literally an information dump.
Nightmare inducing stuff. You get a weird, freaking scary, nightmarish look of the Beast Titan. And some crazy sound effects. It's very, very spooky. I'm excited, yeah. And you also, you guys chime in as well too, if that's something you guys are interested in, us just focusing on that specific little, stuff. Oh, you haven't seen it? Yeah. So you're in for a treat, my friend. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it is.
My man, you saw to be continued and said next episode.
Whoa.
It's a very shocking thing for sure, and I mean now I'm even more excited.
A lot of people haven't seen it either, to be honest.
I'm very, very excited because even like Josh said, he hasn't really gone frame by frame, and then Heise hasn't seen it, so this is going to be a very, very cool moment. And again, we'll go ahead and we'll get to it. It'll probably take us a couple parts, but
I actually did that. What Heise did one time with what anime was it? Fuck. There was an anime. I can't remember exactly which one. This was like years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember it popped up next episode. I clicked the button, and then years later I saw the scene, and I was like, that's new. And then I went back and I was like, what episode is it? And I looked it up, and I was like,
yeah. Tara says, I've seen it with my girlfriend. She never let me watch it again because of how freaky it sounded.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to put the soundbite on
stuff, guys.
Scare you all.
Excited.
But again, guys, we have some very exciting stuff to go ahead and talk about in the coming episodes that we're going to be doing. We're getting to a very, very just crazy part of season 3. Once they get back to Shiganshina, that's when things get really, really crazy. And I'm ready for it.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's going to be fun stuff, guys. So that wraps up another episode, guys. I want to thank Josh and I want to thank Jacob for just doing this entire episode with us, having some great insight.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I mean, you guys were on fire. You guys are awesome. And for everybody else who's listening, thank you guys so much for sticking around, up to this point.
You guys got me so invested in this conversation that I forgot I had to pee.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, Josh is, like Josh says, Battle for Shiganshina arc is next. And we're all here for it. It's going to be great stuff.
Eternal screaming.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much. As I said, Josh and Jacob, you guys are incredible. We love you guys so much.
Thank you.
We are so thankful for all of our just, friends. Take the time to go ahead and join us and talk and stuff. And yeah, Sunday we'll be back on track. But to get all your update, you guys, make sure you guys go and follow the Instagram, Attack the Talk Podcast. Check out the link tree over in the profile. See where you guys can go ahead and check us out and go live on Twitch. We did it this week because, again, of Hurricane Hillary. But we'll be back Sunday. Mm-hmm. Most likely at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Good stuff, guys. So huge shout out again to Nate.
Thank you, Nate.
Help us out.
Baby,
my friend,
you better be ready for some fucking phone call.
Because we're gonna be we're getting to some crucial moments here of AOT, and we need all the help that we can get, Nate. So, but again, for everything you've done for us, Nate,
appreciate
Nate is awesome.
you.
I even reached out to Nate.
You're my favorite midget. I love you. You basil killer.
I reached out to Nate this week, letting him know, obviously, updating him that we didn't have an episode that we did over in the weekend and stuff. We're gonna go and stream on Wednesday, and he was like, yeah, no problem. He's like, I'll make sure the episode's still ready to go by Friday.
Oh!
So, so Nate, thank you, man. You know what? And obviously, if anything changes, then of course, guys, don't worry about it. Nate, I understand you got a lot of stuff going on. You know what? If you can get it out on Friday, awesome. But yeah.
My boy, it's okay.
Yeah.
We're not here for the viewer count.
Yeah.
We're here for in-depth conversation.
Yeah, Josh said it's all good. They have us. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, thank you. We got you.
But the thing too is that Jacob is that we're doing this right, and we're not even paying attention at all to how many viewers we have, how many is
Yeah, that's not really the important part about it.
You have to understand, before we started doing this, we were just talk like this anyway.
Yeah, it's not very high on the list of priorities.
It's just our normal conversation with cameras.
Yeah. But again, the fact that you guys go ahead and join us live, everybody that joins us over in chat and starts chatting with us, you know, it's incredible and stuff. But yeah, we're not motivated over by views and stuff and all that. You know, like the people that tune in and join us each and every week is what matters to us. And when we have our same friends go ahead and chatting along with us, like that's what makes these episodes much more enjoyable, you know, for sure. You know, we're not here trying to go ahead and just have an episode where we're streaming and we see that, oh, okay, cool, we got a certain amount of X amount of people joining us, and then we don't even interact with any of them. Like, no, we want our, you know, community to go ahead and be chatting along with us. You know, that's just what it is.
Like,
right?
If you guys don't have time and want to listen to it not live.
Yeah, and like
Yeah,
it is like we do enjoy getting to talk to more of you guys. Like we do, but at the end of the day, you guys can still interact with us on other platforms too. Like even if you don't watch it live, you can, like Lexi said, you guys can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah,
listen to it on
and
Spotify.
That's still even like shocking to us. Like, wow, you guys
you guys
take
can
time out of your day.
Crazy fact. You can use the YouTube comment section.
Yeah,
or you can just interact with the Instagram too.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I like that Josh says that's what makes it so special. Views do not equal quality.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
And you know what too?
Yeah.
I would hate to go ahead and see that it'd be like so much traffic where we can't stop, appreciate comments and stuff, you know, and like
like that's one thing. Like I would love the idea of an insane viewer count, but then I wouldn't be able to reach out because I'd just be going.
Yeah, and then you know, again, the quality would just kind of suffer. But I mean,
I like these personal, more like.
I like our little community. You guys are all so loyal and so cool, and so smart.
Exactly.
Couldn't have put it better.
And whenever you're ready, I almost dropped it.
Almost. No. Wow, you saved it.
I don't think you dropped it last week, or the last time, did you?
I think you did last week.
No, I think I did.
Because you were on a good roll where you weren't dropping, but then last week
and then
it
I think I did once, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
But I was trying really hard not to today.
All I heard was
yeah. But I have Josh's video of his shelf ready whenever you are.
Yeah, let me just go ahead and just talk about some merch because that'll be a great little segue here.
Of course.
But yeah, guys, if you guys are interested in potentially purchasing some anime merch, there's two ways. One is we have
thank you, Josh,
a link over in our link tree. One link that will take you to a certain Instagram account, and that is Collector Stash. If you decide to go ahead and check that out, guys, again, Linktree is the way to go. Once you see it, give them a follow. Go ahead and follow Collector Sesh. They're great people. You can go ahead and see what they're up to, what they're posting, what they have available, and then you never know, you might see and be like, oh damn, that's pretty cool. I want to go ahead and get that. They also have a second Instagram account over at Geeky Statues. Yeah, I mean they're cool people, and we appreciate them because they've helped us out over in the past whenever we were looking at some anime merch, and we just stumbled upon them over in at the swap meet, and
yeah, good people,
and they're awesome. You know, we were interested in buying some stuff, and then they gave us extra stuff.
Yeah, they're like, please take this, take this, take this. I was like, oh my gosh, you didn't stop.
So yeah, guys, go ahead and give them a follow over at Collector Sesh. There's Collector_Sesh over on Instagram, and then they also have a second account over at Geeky Statues. Now, Josh, in all caps, says promo code Lex. And
Thank you.
That promo code is correct because if you guys are interested in purchasing some merch, anime related or not, there's a link to a certain store called Fandomion. And that's an online store. And if you click that link, it'll take you to their online store, and you get to go ahead and browse through all the many things they have available. And shoot, man, there's so much stuff. You guys can go ahead and get stuck browsing for a long time.
Yeah, not even just anime. You can find anything and everything there.
And if you happen to find something that you do like, then there is a promo code, as we've mentioned. That promo code is Lex, and that promo code is something that Lexi was able to go ahead and collaborate with Fandomion, and you know, it's a way where Lexi's able to go ahead and help out our friends, get 10% off of their purchase order. And then if you guys use that promo code, you're also helping Lex out.
Yes.
So
I appreciate it a lot.
Yes.
Like Josh's, it should be promo code concussion, but that's too long. Yeah.
Promo code.
But I didn't get to make it myself. They gave it to me. They just gave me Lex. So
putting you on the spot here, if you can choose a promo code, what would you choose?
Bat.
I would probably choose Levi Squad.
Promo code Levi Squad. That's pretty cool.
Levi Squad, but that
might
be too long.
Says my promo code
would be Flock.
Flock.
But honestly, Levi Squad might be too long.
Are you thinking of yours?
I'll just change the promo code to day ones. DAY1S.
What about you, Zach?
Does it have to be OT related?
It could be whatever.
It's your
you
promo
want.
code.
Bet.
Promo code BET. There you go.
No.
No.
You heard it here, guys. What is it?
Promo code.
If literally all of this,
You can't talk without
if
it.
literally all of this just becomes promo
See what I
code.
said?
If you just say your name, I'm gonna be like, wow.
Promo
The
code
Mustang,
Mustang.
the Mustang's dead. Okay.
No more. It's the end of an era.
No mas.
You know what I would do? Probably promo code.
I repent's promo code is Joshy.
There you go.
SHZ. Straw Hat Zach.
Okay.
Very cool.
Shiz.
Yeah.
It's promo code Shiz.
She's
I like
Go
Joshy.
slam that like button.
there. It is.
Subscribe, comment.
Make sure to demolish that like button, guys.
Make sure to just smash
Make sure to
that
ring
like
that
button.
bell. Turn
you
on the
remember-
notifications.
Do you remember?
Huh?
Do you remember? Hand hug.
Anyways.
Hand hug.
Okay, I'm being exposed this episode.
The phone was freaking
and then I
falls.
accidentally knocked it down 'cause I
Great
smacked it
stuff.
too hard.
Love it. It's a great moment, guys. But yeah,
Anyways,
that is
use
my
code
promo
Lex,
code.
guys. Thank you.
My promo code is promo code.
Shiggy.
Hug.
No,
No, yours is promo code Shiggy.
promo code. That's a good one, but promo code Spandom. I don't get it.
Promo code Brooks.
Look up Spandom over One Piece. That's me. Anyways, guys, there is one promo code, and that is promo code Lex. If you're interested in buying some merch, check out Fandomion. Fandomion. That was not a hand hug. That was a backhand.
Hug. It was a wrist slap.
Josh, we will be back Sunday.
Yeah, the plan
Yeah.
is Sunday.
Yes, sir.
It'll be a quick turnaround.
This is just replacing
We're
the one from
excited.
last Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Barring any unforeseen storms coming our way.
Another hurricane.
Another hurricane.
Have you guys seen? Sorry, tangent. Have you guys seen those videos where it's like other states preparing for hurricanes and California's, and it's just like them swinging on like hammocks?
Yeah, people are going out surfing. The waves are going to be
Have you seen
great.
the video of the guy who's in the inflatable and he's got a beer and he's just going down the gutter of his street,
No.
drinking a beer
What?
as the, just.
I have seen people being like, oh my God, Disneyland is going to be so empty. Let's go. Oh my gosh.
It probably was still packed.
Yeah, it probably was.
All right.
Probably was more packed than usual.
Any more I Am Storms?
Yeah.
No more.
Any more
Hopefully no more.
storms?
Yeah, again, the only reason why we decided to go ahead and postpone is because of that, the warning that we got on our phone.
Of the flash flooding warning and driving.
all that.
Meanwhile, I was standing out in the
I don't
rain,
have the
killing
most reliable
frogs,
car, guys. So
watching my friend kill frogs.
Yeah.
That was my hurricane experience.
Well, it is scary stuff because, I mean, I don't want to go ahead and speak too much on it, but Lexi did just have a friend who was involved in an accident that involved hydroplaning.
yeah.
And thankfully your friend is okay.
Thankfully, she survived. And
Actually,
she
I do want to
is
give a shout out because
alive.
she is the creator of
our logo.
Yeah. So huge shout out to Erin.
Yeah, shout out Erin.
Appreciate you.
But glad to hear that Erin is okay. You said she's very nonchalant about it.
She is
goes,
a very nonchalant person when she speaks about big things. But she's back home with family now.
Great.
She's back nearby us, so I
Yes.
could go ahead and see her again. And
Yes.
I'm glad that she's okay. She's just got, a few stitches, a few,
But what did she
few
tell you?
bangs here and there.
She's like, oh, car hydroplane.
Yeah,
And,
no,
it
she
flipped
just sent
over
me.
multiple
She just sent
times.
me a photo of her in a hospital and was like, I get discharged tomorrow. And I was like, what happened? She was like, just a car accident. And I was like, wow, that eyebrow looks pretty messed up. You good? And she was like, yeah, I hit it on something and I got stitches.
I'm sorry, it flipped.
Yeah, no, let me explain to you how she told it to me. This is through Snapchat. I was like, what'd you hit it on? She goes, I don't know what I hit it on. My car flipped like 6 times, so I don't remember anything. I was like, what happened? And she was like, I was driving on the freeway, driving back from Nevada to Utah, driving from where she was sent out to work, driving back home from work, from that work trip. And then she hydroplaned and rolled off the freeway.
Yeah.
And she was
Was it like a
found
big dip off the freeway? Or was
alive.
it like
I don't know. But her car rolled over like 6 times. She
but a
survived, and she
anxiety?
has been in
you know
and
what?
out of the hospital.
She, for sure, He's the chosen one.
Oh, definitely.
Dude,
oh my God.
She didn't even react.
No, she was like, yeah, it's fine. She was like, good news is I moved back home. Bad news is I have nothing to do with my degree now. I was like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, huge shout out to Aaron. So glad that everything is good.
Yeah, shout out to you, Aaron.
All it was just her car flipped 6 times and she flew off the freeway.
Yeah.
But hey, she's good to go.
Easy.
Aaron,
Yeah.
I'm glad you're safe.
Yeah. We were all glad that Aaron is safe for sure. And
but she's back home.
Icy says that if I lived in Cali, I'd go to the sea and point every day.
He would just live on a beach house and just on the balcony nonstop.
Yes, that'd be great stuff. It'd be a hella expensive.
Josh says, "'Tis but a scratch."
Yes.
That's literally how she responded.
Great stuff. All right, guys.
Much stress and anxiety.
Shout out to all of our friends. We love you guys so much, guys. Your support is incredible. Yeah. Now, actually, thank you, Lex. I am gonna go ahead and look at.
And then you can
I already see some good stuff.
Yeah, you can show it to Zach after. I already watched it.
Yeah.
Josh's amazing bookshelf.
Okay.
Beautifully organized and nice and clean, might I add.
Very, very
Great job.
cool.
Great job. I like the touch.
I had to go ahead and watch it again because I was like, "Where's the Godzilla stuff?" And I see Godzilla. Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff you got there, Josh. Pretty cool stuff.
Shout out Josh.
Is he decked? Is he decked out? Damn.
It's nice and clean. It's organized. I respect
great.
it. I respect it.
Love
Look
it.
at tiny Gojo compared to tall Aaron. That's
All
only a 6 setup. I like how you have them all spread out.
Yeah, it looks great.
My question for you, Josh, is as you get more manga, are you going to start condensing those manga and actually placing them bind to bind to bind to bind to bind, like cover to back? Or do you intend on just keeping them spread out? Also, Jacob sent me a video as well.
Okay.
No, yeah, Jacob did. And it's his Aaron doll watching the podcast with us.
Oh, hell yeah.
That is so cool.
There's your
Yeah.
answer.
He's like, they're calling me manipulator.
Damn right, you're a manipulator, bro.
There's your answer right there, Jacob. Screw the flock look. Just go full Aaron.
I get that like weird. Okay, so funny story. The other day I was just sitting in my dorm. I have my roommates and everything in there. We all live in there. And one of my roommates is watching a show with one of her friends, and she just watches it on her laptop out loud. And I hear like Aaron's voice. Like I hear Bryce Papenbrook like yelling and like complaining about something, being his little voice acting self. And I was like, I like looked over in the mirror. That's like, because like she's sitting facing away from the door. So obviously the laptop is facing the mirror. And I was like trying to see what she's watching. And I was like, because in my head, I was like just minding my own business. And all of a sudden I hear Aaron's voice. And I literally thought that I literally thought I was like in the paths. I was like, why am I hearing Aaron's voice while I'm trying to go to bed? What's going on? She was just watching, I think she was watching Danganronpa. Or I don't remember what she was watching. But it was definitely an anime where Bryce Papenbrook is a voice actor in it, because I just heard it out of all the other voices I've heard, because she's been watching Chowder the last couple of weeks with her friend. Chowder. They've been binging Chowder, and I'm like, and then I heard Bryce's voice, and I was like, he's on Chowder. I was like, what is she watching? Like, why am I hearing Aaron's voice right now? It was so like jarring. But yeah, funny story.
Shout out Bryce.
Get Berserk. Get Berserk.
Did you see though? Did you see the response though? Zach?
I only spread them out because it'd be empty. No, I understand that. I completely understand why you spread it out, and I love your utilization of the space. I love your utilization of the space, but I just wanted to know if you intend to get more in the future.
Yeah,
Dude,
he
100%.
said once he gathers more, he'll go find the spine.
Get Berserk, please, and read. I don't know if you've read it already, but read it, please.
Or
yeah, Berserk I heard is really good.
Or
F. Griffith. No, I'm sorry. I don't care if you're wearing the Death Note shirt. AJ, you need to read Berserk. Not watch it. You need to read it.
AJ's not really a reader, man.
I told you when Nate was here, right? You know, I don't even know. There's no stopping him once he's in this. I feel like I'm watching regular show and AJ's like, it's already in motion. You pissed me off. See, even the
yeah, that tells you guys his age. He grunts when he sits down.
when he bends over, he's like,
at work, yeah. All right, guys, that's all we got for you guys. Make sure you guys spread that word. You know, we love having our friends here. You guys' support is it's insane. You guys are incredible. Again, thank you, Josh. Thank you, Jacob.
Yeah,
great insight, great chat. It was fun, guys. We missed you guys so much over this past Sunday, but we're excited to go ahead and continue on. We'll see you guys this Sunday. Make sure you guys get your updates over at the Instagram. Make sure you guys check out those future Q&As, future poll questions. We love your guys' feedback. We love you guys' responses. And yeah, you guys are just incredible. We love you guys so much. That's all we got for you guys this episode. Stay safe, guys. Spread that love and positivity. Chase your guys' dreams. And yeah, this is AJ saying I love you guys. See you guys later. All right, let you guys go and say your goodbyes.
Goodbye, guys. This episode is dedicated to R.I.P. Kobe Bryant. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Kobe. One thing that... Am I reading this? Is this my little fact of the day that I'm reading?
That's your outro.
I actually had something I wanted to say, but there are more chickens than people in the world. Fun fact. Yeah. My other tidbit, now that we talked about hydroplaning, is if you are hydroplaning, take your foot off the gas and don't brake. Just ride it out. Please and thank you. Stay safe. Love you all. Have a good Wednesday.
Great job, Zach.
Bye.
Okay. Love you guys. We'll see you guys Sunday.